Okay. See, in the previous class, we were discussing about the business cycle, and friends understand whenever the word business cycle is there, ups and downs of economic growth are GDP. See, in real life also, there are so many ups and downs. See, generally you want result should be like this: first attempt prelims positive, mains positive, interview positive, top 10. But in real life, it is not true. Chances are there. It requires a lot of efforts. Means whatever you want to keep 3-4 attempts efforts, if you are keeping in the first attempt, this is possible. But generally what happens, you clear prelims, first attempt keep prelims, not cleared, again came back. Again prelims you cleared, mains you cleared. But interview not called, again came to down, again down. Again prelims you clear, mains, interview not cleared. Then again prelims, mains, interview, top 10. You got the success, but not in a straight line. This is a trend line. This is what exactly the business cycle teaches. It's a trend line. It's a trend is there. You may thinking going up, but suddenly fall. Then up, suddenly down. Then up. Same thing happen in share market also. Okay, real estate also. For example, if you see real estate, there is a boom. In my village, 30,000 land became 1 lakh. People felt it became 2 lakhs, came to 70,000. People got panic here, sold. Again came to 1 lakh 50. Again panic, again came here. Again, now it is 10 lakhs plus. I have seen in front of my house, 30,000 to 10 lakhs agriculture land, 1 acre. This is a trend. How many years, sir? 12 to 13 years. But does we have that much patience is a question mark. But people panic here mostly. So here, whenever you see the business cycle, ups and downs. So this is called contractionary phase. This is called expansionary phase. Officially we use the word boom. Boom phase, contraction. Boom phase, contraction. This is common everywhere. Real estate, gold prices, share market, small cap, mid cap, large cap, including in real life. It happens similarly. For that we need some patience. Sometimes one of my friend, 5 attempts he didn't clear prelims. He didn't clear prelims 5 attempts. See his patience. 6th attempt he got 18th rank. 6th attempt he got 18th rank. Now he is in Tamil Nadu posted. So this is the real life. You have to accept it. So anyway, what I want to tell you is very simple. The business cycle is ups and downs. Expansion phase, contraction phase. Now, when economy is recovering, it takes some time sometimes. For example, you gave prelims. You didn't clear unfortunately. You may take 1 day to come back normal track. Because I didn't prepare much. It's okay. But imagine there is a girl giving 5th attempt, 6th attempt. Spent 7-8 years. They take more time to recover. It's natural, am I right? आपने struggle किया and didn't get success after 7 attempts, it's a painful loss. So, depending on the recovery time period, we use the word alphabets. Sometimes you see this is a trend line, suddenly fall down, then we use the word V-shaped recovery. It's very good because it shows very resilient. You see newspaper, Indian economy is very resilient, strong, strength. Sometimes you see economy downfall, came upward, then came to normal track. There is a suddenly what is called demand gone up, that is called pent up demand. Again came normal track. People is like a honeymoon period. That is a temporary, but again came back normal track, Z shape. Sometimes U shape, it takes some time to recover. It's not a good sign compared to V and came back normal track. Sometimes W shape, suddenly fall down, there is upward trend, then downfall, again upward, then came to normal track, W shape. Sometimes you see L shape. Some people it is not a recovery, but again something is better than nothing. It's growing constantly, stagnant. So rather than closing, at least they are running something positive here. You are growing at 5%. That is okay. but it is unable to come back to 8%, 9%, but scoring, that's the L shape. Then there is one keyword, very dangerous keyword. If the trend line is like this, unfortunately fall down, after that what happens? Few sectors are doing very good. I always believe COVID especially impacted few sectors very positively, like digital sectors, like startups, like online grocers, this Zepto, Zomato, Swiggy. Traditionally in villages, we don't love to use Amazon and Flipkart. Now, Karnar from Arunachal Pradesh, Karnar and Andhra Pradesh started using these online platforms. Now, when we wake up, first thing we do, open the online delivery platform. We order through Zepto. There is a I love this Blinkit, one of the best recent days. At morning 5 o'clock when I wake up, I tell my wife I want to eat idli. She says battery is not ready. Then she order Blinkit. In 10 minutes they deliver. By 5 o'clock idli is ready. That is possible because of these startups. So there is but in some sectors still pain is going on. For example, the micro, small, medium enterprises, the cottage industries, our kirana stores. So still they are struggling. It looks like a K shape. It shows inequalities, regional disparities. This is not a good, but again in growing economies, it's quite common. Some economists argue, don't worry too much. Don't criticize too much Modi. It is natural. The economy is growing, inequalities grow. But after a certain period, inequalities also come down. Regional disparities also come down. But have some patience. These are all various thoughts in economics. So K shape, V shape, etc. friends, various types of recoveries. Then I told, I think, what is progress, growth? I discussed, no? No. Inclusive growth, sustainable development. Yeah. When I say progress, improvement in the longer term. But in the long run, we all are dead. In economics, we don't bother in the longer term. That is the reason economists, don't take me wrong way, mostly Raghuram, Y.V. Reddy, D. Subbarao, Dr. Kausik Basu is working with Asian Development Bank and the World Bank. And there are so many ex-chief economic advisors. Mostly they are critical to Mr. Modi government, except to current chief economic advisor. Those he has obligation to support him. That's it. Otherwise, जो पढ़ा लिखा आदमी है, they criticize because Modi government approach is long term. Currently, he is not carrying anything. Sir, inequality is growing. Let it be. Unemployment, let it be. There are 10 lakh vacancies in India. 10 lakh vacancies at national government. 10 lakh vacancies. You speak about daily basis employment, 10 lakh vacancies are not filling those. That's why they are not serious. High Court judges are vacant, Supreme Court judges are vacant, Supreme Court vacancies, I'm talking. There are some people give ideas, why don't you create All India Judicial Service? Like All India Civil Services, create All India Judicial Service. District wise one officer is there. There's a lot of talented pool will come out. Then appoint more number of judges. Supreme Court now 30 plus judges hai. Itna cases pending hai. Create one bench in Kolkata. Create one bench in Chennai. 3 benches are there. Everything is online nowadays. They can work together or not? Yes. Who is stopping you, man? You got good majority. That shows your vision. Create All India Statistical Service. Create All India Medical Services. Every district take All India Medical Officer. I think all are getting my point. So create which is required. Then India will run in a faster manner those. Fill all the Navodaya, Kendriya Vidyalaya, DU colleges, universities vacancies. 40-50% DU admissions, teachers are mostly ad hoc, means temporary basis. They do more dharnas than teaching those. In universities nowadays, less teaching, more dharnas. Arey bhai, university, JNU, Raman, what you call this, the Minister of External Affairs, Mr. Jay Shankar, Sushma Swaraj, these all people study from these universities. Now mostly their faculties are vacant, they paid less, they ignore it sometimes. Arey, this is not sustainable in the longer run. Achha, politics karo, but not at the cost of youth career, leaking papers, NEET like exams. So unfortunate. In Haryana, one center, 7 people got cent marks. Arey, how it is possible by? Again, I am not blaming government here. Here administrative workers blame. I am a school principal. My corrupted आदमी हूँ. सरकार क्या करेगी इसमें? But if I am leaking some online exam, that means higher people are involved or not? Yes. That shows there is a problem in the system. Those I cannot blame here politicians. The system problems are there. We have to work out. Anyway, so simply remember, that is the reason economist says, ready, in the long run we all are dead. If the problem is right now, you have to focus right now. That is what exactly the long term versus short term. And remember those, in circular flow we discussed the Keynesian economics. Mostly the people love Keynes. Keynes means when some problem is there. See, this is like this, observe. Now, economy is moving like this, observe. When all is well, when economy doing good, no problem. Increase more taxes, no problem. Spend less, no problem. But here, economy is downfall. Government should cut the taxes. Government should spend more. This is called counter-cyclical fiscal policies. Unfortunately, those, listen, I am giving an example here, observe. What is counter-cyclical fiscal policy? Fiscal policy means what? Taxes and expenditure, taxes and expenditure. Counter-cyclical means opposite of cycle. See, all is well, government is not supporting us. Okay, fine, because I am doing good. Government not required to support me, but I am not doing well. In this case, government should support me by lowering the taxes, by spending more, by spending on Narega, Sarva Shiksha, midday meal, etc. And again, doing good, no need to spend. Not doing good, spend. That is called counter-cyclical fiscal policies. But mostly, unfortunately, we follow this practice. Those counter-cyclical nahi hai, pro-cyclical fiscal policies. Meaning, understand. When is a pro-cyclical fiscal policy? When economy doing good, government also cut the taxes and increase the spending. We are growing like this. Government try to increase the growth rate higher. Acha. When economy doing bad, they increase the taxes and they spend also less. Already downfall, our downfall. ये real life में होता है those. Look at our parivar, look at our family those. Our father business is doing very good. ध्यान से सुनो ध्यान से. Our father business doing good. Everybody come, everybody love him. Hello papa, hello chacha, hello papa, everybody. इतना प्यार करते ना, जो बुआ बात नहीं कभी नहीं करता, भी बात करना शुरू करता है दोस्त. But unfortunately, something went wrong to father's business. His elder brother, younger brother, chacha, chachi, even he will call, number switch off, out of coverage area. This is called pro-cyclical policies. क्या है? Pro-cyclical policy. I think all agree with me? Yes. If I are doing good, everybody see the Modi's behavior. Some people argue like Rahul Gandhi. We don't like, understand. What Rahul Gandhi says, Reddy, there is a Adani Ambani doing very good and you are supporting more. There is a MSME sector, small scale industries, cottage industries doing bad, you are not supporting. अरे ये तो उल्टा है भाई, गलत है. अमीर लोग का सपोर्ट मत करो, जैसा भी वो चाहे करेगा. Today you are there, they pray to you. Tomorrow Reddy is PM, they pray to Reddy also. They are opportunistic. ये किसी का नहीं होता, but जो आम आदमी होता है, जो SC है, जो ST है, जो गरीब है, they treat you like a भगवान, they treat you like a god, goddesses, support them. This is what exactly some economists debate those. Now this guy studied engineering. Reddy sir should teach him economics such a way he should enjoy the classes. This girl is already BA economics. What is the greatness to teach her economics again? This is the debate those. Now you have to choose the path. That is the Congress versus BJP debate now. You are supporting too much the rich people. Okay, but support the weaker sections. Minority people. If everybody discriminating minority, where they will go? In the long run, that is not sustainable. In my village, Reddys are upper caste, upper, majority. Minorities, other communities minority. Not really, not Muslim is minority there. Not Christians is minority there. Minority is other community of Hindus. But we dominate there. Understanding all of you? Yes. This is not sustainable in the long run. So remember, pro-cyclical fiscal policies. What is pro-cyclical? Economy doing good, government also supporting more. Economy doing bad, government is unable to support. जैसा साइकिल है वैसा आपका बिहेवियर है, सरकार का बिहेवियर है pro-cyclical. Is it a good policy? Definitely no. But we will love or not? Yes. See, he cleared prelims, all started calling him, bye, congratulations. But there is a girl didn't clear UPSC in last term, nobody care her. That is a pro-cyclical fiscal policies. Tell me, in the economy as a macro level, which is sustainable, pro-cyclical or counter-cyclical? You should love counter-cyclical. Now you think, मैं ग्राम प्रधान हूँ, मैं किसको मदद करूंगा? जो ऑलरेडी स्ट्रांग है, ऑलरेडी पावरफुल है. एक उल्टा उल्टा होना चाहिए, ग्राम प्रधान होना चाहिए जो वीकर सेक्शन को मदद करना चाहिए. मेरे गांव में रेडिस बहुत खतरनाक होता है फ्रेंड्स, बहुत डेंजरस भी होता है, करप्टेड भी होता है. एग्जाम डोंट राइट दिस वर्ड्स. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर इन लाइफ वी विल बी मोर करप्टेड, वी इज इन पावर दोस्त. अभी मोदी सरकार 10 साल पावर में है. हाउ राहुल गांधी बिकम करप्टेड मैन? आस्क योरसेल्फ. ही डजंट हैव पावर इटसेल्फ. करप्शन कौन करता है? जो लोग पावर में है. करप्शन का ये मतलब नहीं पैसा लेना दोस्त, मिसयूज करना. सीबीआई को मिसयूज करेगा, ईडी को मिसयूज कौन करता है? दैट इज आल्सो करप्शन दोस्त. मिसयूज ऑफ ऑफिशियल पावर इज कॉल्ड करप्शन. In my area, I am powerful community. Then how can you think other people can misuse me? Everywhere I will misuse because I am powerful, I am strong, I am not weak. This is natural thus. Anyway, so that is the reason economical, who will exploit more resources? Adani or Reddy? Adani. Or Tata Reddy? Tata. Because he is powerful. It is there across the globe. It is truth. It is nothing wrong there. But here there is a limit to those. There is a Lakshman Rekha. Anyway, so simply remember, UPSC can ask you which of the following is true related to pro-cyclical fiscal policies. Very simple. Again, I am repeating. See, pro-cyclical business fiscal policy. Acha, fiscal policy means government. Governments mean taxes and spending. Okay, clear. Pro-cyclical. Okay, जैसा cycle है वैसा. Okay, all is doing good. Government also cutting the taxes and increasing the spending. ये हमारा ग्रोथ रेट है, थोड़ा बढ़ा दिया, बहुत अच्छा बात है. एंड इकोनॉमी डाउनफॉल है, नेगेटिव है. सो व्हेन नेगेटिव इज देयर, सो व्हेन इट इज नेगेटिव दोस्त, नेगेटिव, सरकार ने क्या किया? और नेगेटिव में कोशिश किया. कैसे? टैक्सेस बढ़ा दिया, खर्चा को कम किया दोस्त. अगेन इकोनॉमी डूइंग गुड, अगेन पुश किया. That is a pro-cyclical fiscal policies. It is not ideal those. I don't like personally those. Personally, government is not for rich people, man. Now you are a poor fellow visiting AIMS hospital, no bed is available. Minister is going and they vacate the entire ward to the minister those. It is so unfortunate. We never created AIMS hospital for this purpose. AIMS is for everybody those. Minister should also visit. I am not against it. Now see, government schools at low level, it is for poor fellows. I never heard rich people going there to the government schools today. Am I right? This is all misuse. Now, what about the counter-cyclical, sir? Opposite those. When we use the word counter-cyclical fiscal policies, ulta. Ulta means when economy doing good, impose more taxes. Ambani doing good, impose more tax on him. Reddy is doing good, impose more tax on him. No problem. Acha. Government should spend less. No need to give incentives because I am doing good. I am okay. Not support required. No support required. ठीक है. But हालत खराब है. Economy is not doing good, man. Government should support by lowering taxes, by spending more. This is ideal. This is desirable in the long run. We should keep in mind this policies that is called counter-cyclical fiscal policies. आपका दोस्त है, PPSC निकाला, दूसरा दोस्त नहीं निकाला. जो नहीं निकल उससे बात करो भाई, टेंशन मत ले लो, जिंदगी बहुत आगे है, यूपीएससी थोड़ी जीवन है. देन यू विल गेट कॉन्फिडेंस, यू विल गेट टू कॉन्फिडेंस. आई गेट मैसेज, रेडी सर आई क्लियर प्रीलिम्स. आई टेक्स्ट हिम नेक्स्ट डे, आई गेट मैसेज, सर आई डिडंट क्लियर प्रीलिम्स सर, इट इज माय 5th अटेम्प्ट. वन स्टूडेंट ऑफ 2020 बैच, ही गिव 4 प्रीलिम्स, नहीं हुआ. टुडे मॉर्निंग आई स्पोक विथ हिम, टेंशन मत ले लो भाई, बहुत आगे जिंदगी है. ही फेल्ट वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट. दैट मीन्स इनडायरेक्टली वी हैव टू सपोर्ट which is required in the sense counter-cyclically sustainable. That is called counter-cyclical. You see newspaper, counter-cyclical policies are sustainable. Matlab, if all is doing good, you don't need to worry. If something is not doing good, we have to support. Okay, note liko friends. Note liko. Acha, don't write in national accounting system. Do one thing, rotate your class notes. Do one thing, class notes ko last page mein jao. I'll go 50 techniques by end of the class. By using these techniques, we'll answer most of the prelims questions of last 10-15 years. I'll go techniques. Technique 1, technique 2. मतलब technique का मतलब before exam you can revise this part. No need to study much. I'll go the technique. लिखो technique 1 लिखो. Around technique 1. Technique. पीछे से लिखो so that we can revise easily. लिखो technique 1. Around technique 1. Right like this. I always request you learn like mathematics सो टू रिमेंबर लॉन्ग टर्म. मैंने हमारा परिवार को एग्जाम्पल क्यों दिया? सो वी कैन रिलेट. पापा डूइंग गुड, एवरीबडी सपोर्ट हिम. बोलो भाई. इफ पापा नॉट डूइंग गुड, पीपल सपोर्ट और वोंट सपोर्ट. मोस्टली यही ट्रू है. दैट इज कॉल्ड प्रो साइक्लिकल. क्या है? प्रो साइक्लिकल है. ये सच्चाई है दोस्त. हाँ, 2-3 एक्सेप्शंस है. दे सपोर्ट यू व्हेन यू आर डूइंग बैड. मे बी बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स, मे बी मदर्स ब्रदर. समटाइम्स अवर जो मदर्स ब्रदर है ना, अच्छा होता है. पापा का भाई तो आपको पता है दोस्त, सिर्फ महाभारत लड़ाई ही होता है दोस्त. दैट इज आई टेल यू ऑल क्लास स्टूडेंट्स, always, maybe some parents are good, but your father side relatives, be always careful in business and do relationships. Talk, but don't keep business relationship. मैं मेरे पापा का बड़ा भाई का बेटा दोनों बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया, 100% they'll fight those. Not everywhere. See अनिल अंबानी, मुकेश अंबानी, उससे हम थोड़ा बड़ा है क्या? See पांडवास एंड कौरवास, उससे हम बड़ा है क्या? बोलो भाई. Yes, but fathers mother side, again, why mother side I say? There is a logic. Mother is from outside our village. He doesn't have common land, common interest. So scope for less fight is there. I think all agree with me? Yes. मेरा जो पापा का साला है, मतलब मेरा मामा है, वो दूसरे गांव से है. He will come occasionally, love me, he will give 100 rupees cash. जो मेरा बड़ा पापा हमेशा शक्ल दिखता है दोस्त. That is the reason your neighbors, your relatives, they don't care what you do much those. Always maintain some gap with your neighbors as well as your relatives. Remaining all respect your hard work and talent etc. ठीक है? Anyway, right on. टेक्निक 1 लिखो. अरे भाई ऐसे चल रहा है, नहीं चल रहा? क्यों? कुछ हो गया क्या? मेरा पूरा पसीना आ गया पीछे. लिखो दोस्त, लिखो प्रो साइक्लिकल. प्रो साइक्लिकल नंबर 1 लिखो. हाँ, प्रो साइक्लिकल. नाउ इनडायरेक्टली I am discussing pro-cyclical fiscal policy. Right? Technique 1, pro-cyclical fiscal policy. देखो, case 1. Case 1, when economy doing good, think and write. When economy doing good. I think ये काम कर रहा है. It's working, you know? Yes. When economy, क्या लिखा? In economy doing good, in bracket, expansion phase, comma boom phase, expansion, comma boom, B-O-Y-M, expansion or boom phase. Tell me, during the pro-cyclical fiscal policy, when economy is booming, taxes को बढ़ाए करेगा, कम करेगा? कम करेगा. लिखो, लिखो, taxes are reduced. People confuse here, I know. Taxes are reduced, comma expenditure increased. Taxes are reduced, expenditure increased. Case number 2. देखो केस नंबर 2. when economy doing bad, when economy doing bad, when economy doing bad, when economy doing bad, in bracket, contractionary phase or recessionary phase. When economy doing bad, contraction phase or recession phase. Contraction or recession phase. देखो, टेल मी, जब रिसेशन चल रहा है सरकार टैक्सेस को बढ़ा करेगा? लिखो, टैक्सेस आर इंक्रीज्ड, कमा एक्सपेंडिचर डिक्रीज्ड, टैक्सेस increased, expenditure decreased. Tell me, this pro-cyclical fiscal policy, good idea, bad idea? लिखो, bad idea. It is not a suggestible, bad idea. If you want, you can draw this picture. See, draw this picture, please. Draw this picture. So here, economic cycle like this, it will push more upward. Economy downward, it will down more downward. I think this picture speaks everything. ये नॉर्मल बिजनेस साइकिल है, सरकार का बिहेवियर वजह से और ग्रोथ बढ़ा है एंड रिसेशन भी और बढ़ा है. मीन्स कॉन्ट्रैक्शन भी इंक्रीज हो रहा है, एक्सपेंशन भी इंक्रीज हो रहा है. दैट इज कॉल्ड व्हाट वी कॉल्ड प्रो साइक्लिकल फिस्कल पॉलिसीज. टेल मी ऑनेस्टली, एवरीबडी अंडरस्टूड? नो? या, गुड. नेक्स्ट लिखो, टेक्निक नंबर 2, काउंटर साइक्लिकल फिस्कल पॉलिसी. Yeah, online students, I hope you are enjoying. Online students, if you have any doubts, please text there. I will reply all your doubts, not directly by taking your name, but with the offline students. But my priority is online always for doubts. Right on. Because offline पूछता नहीं है. लिखो दोस्त. टेक ऑनलाइन कुछ भी टाइप कर सकता है. आर्टिकल नंबर 19 द यूज आप लोग सप्रेस करता है. इट्स गुड. सप्रेस मत करो, पूछना कभी कभी. लिखो. केस नंबर 2. When economy doing good, same thing. When economy doing good, in bracket expansion phase. Tell me, expansion phase में काउंटर साइक्लिकल में क्या करना चाहिए? टैक्सेस को लव यू टैक्सेस शुड इंक्रीज एक्सपेंडिचर शुड डिक्रीज टैक्सेस को बढ़ा दो, एक्सपेंडिचर भी कम करो, कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है, बिकॉज ऑल इज डूइंग वेल. दैट इज व्हाट एग्जैक्टली काउंटर साइक्लिकल में नंबर 1. नंबर 2, केस नंबर 2 लिखो. केस नंबर 2, या फर्स्ट राइट. केस नंबर 2 लिखो दोस्त. व्हेन इकोनॉमी डूइंग बैड इन ब्रैकेट रिसेशनरी फेज और कॉन्ट्रैक्शन फेज. एक्सपेंशन फेज हो गया, कॉन्ट्रैक्शन फेज नो. टेल मी, व्हेन इकोनॉमी डूइंग बैड, कॉन्ट्रैक्शन फेज में टैक्सेस को कम करना चाहिए, बढ़ाना चाहिए? वेरी गुड. लिखो टैक्सेस शुड reduce plus expenditure should do. Very good. Expenditure should do increase. कुछ लोग देखो आउट ऑफ 100 स्टूडेंट्स 1-2 स्टूडेंट्स कंफ्यूज रहता है दोस्त. अच्छा है स्वास्थ्य के लिए, वो ज़्यादा सीरियस नहीं लेना. 2-3 बार पढ़ने के बाद वो कुछ लोग को मोक्ष मिलता है दोस्त. भगवान बुद्ध को 7 साल के बाद मिला. बोलो यार. यस. ऐसा मत सोचना पढ़ेंगे तुरंत समझ में हो जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं होता दोस्त. इकोनॉमिक्स है, दिमाग मैथमेटिक्स है. ठीक है. एनी क्वेश्चंस? So pro-cyclical, counter-cyclical. Any questions? You have to think. Think like this. Oh, all is doing well. What is your approach? Means government approach. If all is not doing well, what is government approach? You have to think which is the logical. I think mostly logical is, if Reddy's are doing good, I'm Ambani, I'm Tata, I'm doing good. Don't support me, man. You reduce the corporation tax. You give 1,70,000 crore benefit to me. But I'm not spending. Then what is the fun? MSME going down. See, there are 3 bad incidents happened in the recent history. One is demonetization. Another one is COVID-19 pandemic. The third one is global politics, such as Russia-Ukraine war, Israel-Palestine issues. It has a lot of impact on the supply chain. I think all agree with me. It is not driven by our politics, but external factors play important role. For everywhere, people suffer ultimately those. Anyway, that is a pro-cyclical, counter-cyclical fiscal policies. Clear? Any questions? Counter-cyclical. Tell me. I'm asking one question. Economy doing very bad. What should be the best approach government should follow? First option to dekho. First option, government should do reduce the spending on infrastructure projects. Number 2, government should spend more on public infrastructure projects. So answer is second one. This is a question of UPSC in 2021. Go and check. Same question pucha. Economy going recession phase. What should be the right approach? Government should spend more on public infrastructure projects. Government should spend less on public infrastructure projects. When government is spending more, demand for land, cement, steel, iron, jobs creation, multiplier effect in the economy. That is what exactly required policy. Okay? Next, come to the class. Likho. National Accounting System. Heading likho. Yeah. Heading likho. GDP. When they reduced recently. Arey beta, that is simply GST adjustment. Okay? I'll discuss. That is a GST, no? Yeah. Heading likho. GDP, GNP. Classroom. GDP, GNP, national income, GDP, comma GNP, comma national income, etc. I give any discussion on what is GDP, GNP, etc. You know what is GDP now? Really? I discussed GDP means where, GNP means who, but I didn't dictate. Acha, only discussion. Acha, okay. I will revise, see friend. Very simple. Acha. What is GDP? Very simple, those. Observe. Within the economic territory, see the keyword. Within the economic territory, doesn't matter who, only matter is where. Very good, where. So whatever the final goods and services, their monetary value is gross domestic product. Simply it is a monetary value of or money value of all final goods and services produced within the economic territory in a particular time period, generally a quarter or year, is called gross domestic product, GDP. Those. Now, but if you say the GDP now, there are some limitations. Observe those. Number one, tell me. In GDP, I'll take the slides so that you will get clarity. Later you can revise also easily. Observe those. Tell me. Second-hand goods should be added to GDP or not? Tell me. Second-hand goods should be added to GDP or not? Acha. Tell me. Let's assume Reddy sir purchased a car today. Example, BMW. Okay. And I used it for 2-3 years. Selling the same car to Katrina Kaif. In between, Salman Khan is the broker, dost. Just understanding purpose. I don't know why you are laughing. Anyway, listen. So, what is our example is very simple. Ek Indian hai, Reddy, understanding purpose. Ek another Indian hai, Katrina. In between, there is a broker, Mr. Salman. So, the transaction is taking place. Observe. Tell me. So, if Mr. Reddy purchased a car, selling the same car to Katrina, Salman is the broker. So, he purchased car for 1 CR, selling the same car 70 lakhs to Katrina those. And in between, Salman says, Reddy, I will take commission from you 1 lakh. My sister also 1 lakh rupee. Okay? Tell me those. Tell me. Total 72 lakhs transaction done. Tell me, in this 72 lakhs transaction, should be added to GDP or not? Should be added to GNP or not? No. But this 1 lakh commission given to Salman from Reddy and Katrina given to Salman 1 lakh. This 2 lakh should be added to GDP or not? Yes. So whenever you are adding to GDP, it must be factor income hona chahiye. It must be new also. Yes. So in this whole transaction not added, but the broker's commission, consultation fee added to the GDP or the GNP. Concept is clear? Bolo? Yes. And one more thing, tell me those. One more thing, tell me. So in the GDP, tell me. Let's say there is a product manufactured in America. Okay? Indians are importing that product. That should be added to the India's GDP or America's GDP? Because that is a part of America's territory. Bolo, that is called imports. Kya bolta hai? Imports. Tell me. Imports are part of GDP, not part of GDP. So imports are not part of GDP. Imports are not part of GDP. Those. Tell me. There is a chai. So you are drinking tea, but in between sugar was used in that tea consumption or tea preparation. Some chai patta used those. Tell me. The sugar value, chai patta value should be added to GDP or not added? Because it is an intermediary goods. If you add sugar one time, tea powder one time, it leads double accounting or not? Yes. So remember, in GDP only final value of goods and services are taken, not the intermediary goods. So remember, intermediate goods are not added to GDP. Intermediate goods are not added to GDP. Tell me. So this girl selling illegally something, selling kidneys, lungs, etc. So that is added to GDP or not added? So always remember, illegal activities not added to GDP. Then tell me, Government giving pension to you, government giving scholarship to you, added to GDP or not added? Not added. Because that's a transfer income or factor income? Transfer income. Scholarships, so remittances, so gifts, so donations, so this is not added to the GDP or GNP because they are the transfer incomes, not the factor incomes. Factor incomes. अच्छा सर ये तो क्लियर है, थोड़ा दिमाग लगा तो पता चलता है जीडीपी मीन्स नया वस्तु होना चाहिए, नया सेवा होना चाहिए, ठीक है सर. But I'll ask some more questions, please answer this. There is a farmer here, there is a farmer, Reddy, innocent farmer is there. He is cultivating paddy and wheat and consuming everything by his family itself. So you may use the word subsistence, the keyword in economics and geography. The subsistence agricultural practices, or you may say cultivating something for their family consumption purpose. Tell me, this production added to the GDP or not added to GDP? Pakka? Why it is added? Land, labor, capital. See, always focus on base. Base क्या है? Factor income. Factor means land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship involved होना चाहिए those. So that is added to GDP. अच्छा. Reddy sir, listen, Reddy sir, or anybody, if they are providing free services, non-market activities, remember, economic activities are two types, market to non-market. She is my sister. I am teaching in home to her free of cost some subject. Free of cost. Economic or non-economic, monetary or non-monetary. So GDP means what? Monetary value. Tell me in economy, only monetary values takes place or a lot of non-monetary also? In India, those countries like India, lot of non-monetary values takes place. That is the reason we should not respect too much GDP number. She is my sister, I am teaching her free of cost. See our India, such a great country those, lot of responsible country. Our father is elder father, example. So when our father is elder father, elder in our family, he has two sisters and two brothers. He will take care of all expenditure, all the things of two brothers, two sisters. Yes or no? Yes. He spend till his death on the mother and father. Because he take obligation, he take responsibility. I am the eldest in my family, I should spend those. I am the eldest in my family, I have two sisters and brother. So for their marriages I spent. For their housewarming function I used to spend. For my nephew function I spend. My niece function I used to spend. Any function I have to spend. Because I think I am the eldest, I have moral obligation also, I am spending more also. That means anyway, simply remember, if something we are doing, it is free of cost. If there is no monetary value, that is not added to the GDP. Always remember those. So tell me, I am teaching you free of cost. Added to GDP or not added? Not added. So free services are not added to the GDP. Tell me, she is my sister, I am not well. She came to hospital, she is carrying me. That service value added to GDP, not added? Not added. In India, the care economy is not added to GDP. Care. Our mother take care of her grandmother, or our mother-in-law. That means not added to the GDP. Kids. Okay. When my kid born in COVID, friend, second kid, my mother-in-law came to me. She look after him. So added to GDP or not added? Not added. Okay, so tell me, so the care economy not added to the GDP. Illegal activities not added to GDP. Tell me, intermediate goods added to GDP or not added? Common sense. Because it is not added because it leads to double accounting or not? Yes. आपने गाड़ी खरीद रहा है, टायर्स खरीद लिया, सीट्स खरीद लिया. If you added tire one time, seat one time, car value one time, double accounting or not? Yes. So in GDP, this is not added. Tell me, Reddy sir, teaching to friends free of cost. Added to GDP or not added? Reddy sir earning illegally something. Not added. Only the legal activities. Tell me, Reddy sir begging and became a Karudpati. Added or not added? Not added. Begging income is not income. इट इज ट्रांसफर इनकम, भिक्षाम दे हे, 2 गाली देके 2 रुपया देता है दोस्त. इनकम थोड़ी हुआ, डिग्निटी थोड़ी है. So begging income not added to GDP. I hope you got the idea what is added to GDP, what is not added to GDP. Now what about GNP? Very simple. Across the globe, wherever Indian residents are there. So we is Indian resident, very simple. Minimum 1 साल के ऊपर India में रहना चाहिए, and their economic interest lies with India. Those. There is a diplomat from America living in India. Even though he is living for 2-3 years, his economic interest lies with India or their mother country? Mother country. He cannot be Indian resident. Follow? Yes. Tell me. His brother is in America. He is working there for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, less than 1 year there. His economic interest lies with India. Is he still Indian resident or not? Yes. Because he is living not in that country. Mallo, Reddy sir brother went to America. He is staying for more than 1 year. 3 years हो गया, 5 साल हो गया, 10 साल हो गया. His economic interest lies with America. Is Indian resident or American resident? American resident. Here citizenship doesn't matter. Here citizenship doesn't matter. What matters is residentship. So पूरा दुनिया में जहाँ भी Indian residents है, that income added to the GNP है. So how do we calculate the GNP? Understand those. So GNP is nothing but GDP plus net to factor income from abroad. Tell me, we should add only factor income or all incomes? Only factor income. Remittances are not added. Gifts not added. Tell me, Modi went to Nepal. They give a gift of some 3-4 samosa to him. Added to GNP or not added? Not added. It's a gift. It is a gift. But Reddy sir brother went to America. He is running a factory there. He is running a company there. That income added to GNP or not? Yes. Because that is a factor income. Factor income. So what is GNP? GDP plus net to factor income from abroad. There are 2 indicators, sir. One give us, so what is happening in the territory? GDP. GDP matters where? Geographical concept. So who across the globe, wherever Indians are there, so America mein, India mein, China mein, Pakistan mein, Russia mein, Afghanistan mein, these all economic activities part of GNP. If he is an Indian resident, Indian resident. Remember, Reddy sir, GDP is there, GNP is there. So which you like more, sir? Again, I like both, but generally economists love more GDP. Those. Why economists love GDP? Understand? It indicates demand for land, demand for labor, demand for capital, jobs creation, etc. Let us see, you all are from Delhi, migrated to Andhra. The moment you migrate to Andhra, demand for buildings in Andhra, demand for drivers in Andhra. So Andhra GDP increases or not? Yes. You may send only money to your parents to Delhi as a remittances. Bolo. But now Reddy sir came from Andhra to Delhi, living here more than 14 years. So I am staying here, I purchase house here, my driver is from here. So demand for land, demand for labor, local people enjoy or not? Yes. But only I send money to my Andhra to purchase land, etc. Only paisa aana lag gaya. Economic activities hona lag gaya. Understanding all of you? Yes. But GNP, in GNP let's say you all are Indians, went to America, working there, sending money to India. So GNP hai? Bolo? Yes. But economic activities taking place inside India, outside India? That is the reason economists will track GDP number or GNP number. They not track GDP number. GDP indicates what is happening in the economy, what is happening in the economy. Those. I love GDP. Those. If you go to Andhra, so many Bihar people migrated. Those. I love them because they are very cheap. Means the 10,000 rupees they work whole year. Those. Whole year since monthly. We can exploit also more, you know very well. Those. Migration means what? Exploitation. No respect, no dignity. Understanding? Na? Anyway, so when migration, now tell me, when you people, let's say you are from UP, migrated to Delhi. So here, local people enjoy. Wow, my rental became 30,000 to 40,000. So you don't need to work hard, but we work very hard. If you go to Goa, local people don't work hard. Outsiders will work hard. Korolbag, landlord, you see, 3-4 बिल्डिंग्स है, वो क्या करता है, दारू पी के मंथली वंस आके रेंट कलेक्ट करके जाता है दोस्त. कोई काम नहीं है, कोई काम की जरूरत ही नहीं है. 4-5 लाख, मेरा नोन पर्सन है, 8 lakhs मंथली रेंट कमाता है दोस्त. वो बीजेपी का स्पोक्स पर्सन भी है दोस्त. क्या एक काम करेगा ना, जो बंदा 8 लाख कमाएगा वो थोड़ी मेहनत करेगा जैसा हम, उसकी जरूरत ही नहीं. पापा ने कमा लिया, शादीपुर में है, पटेल नगर में, करोल बाग में दोस्त. He give one for PG, 4 lakh rupees per monthly rent. That to cash man, अकाउंट में नहीं लेता दोस्त. सी इतना और क्या चाहिए. एंड बीजेपी का स्पोक्स पर्सन है. काला धन खत्म भी किया दोस्त, आपको पता होगा ना, काला धन तो खत्म है 16 में. They're all bookish. Real life is different. He openly says, रेड्डी मैं आधा कैश लेता हूँ, आधा अकाउंट में लेता हूँ. 3 lakhs में 1.5 lakh कैश, 1.5 lakhs account. That means आधा black money generated or not? Yes. What is black money? You are earning, your income is taxable, but you are not paying tax to the government. And he is a spokesperson. पहले वो कांग्रेस में था, शिफ्ट हो गया टू बीजेपी. मैंने बोला क्यों, जो नेशनल गवर्नमेंट पावर होता उसमें मोता रहता रेडी, क्योंकि इनकम टैक्स नोटिस का भी ना. सी इज थॉट प्रोसेस सच ए लॉजिकल दोस्त. एजुकेशन 8th क्लास पढ़ा है दोस्त. अब मास्टर्स पढ़ के क्या फायदा है. 8th क्लास पढ़ के he changed the party depending on the party which is at a national level. फिर मैंने बोला केजरीवाल तो है, रेड्डी इज अ पावरलेस है. हम पढ़ते हैं यूनियन टेरिटरीज विदाउट पावर्स, दिल्ली दोस्त. हम पढ़ के समझ में नहीं होता, 8 क्लास पढ़ के लागू कर रहा है. दैट इज कॉल्ड गुड गवर्नेंस फ्रेंड्स. दैट इज कॉल्ड गुड गवर्नेंस. इंप्लीमेंट करना. सी 8th क्लास पास होने के बाद सी इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग केजरीवाल इज अ पावरलेस रेड्डी. और मोदी साहब है तो और पावरलेस होगा रेड्डी. द वे इज एक्सप्लेन्स नो मार्वलस. जो लक्ष्मीकांत पढ़ के यूजलेस होता है दोस्त, बिकॉज यू नो ग्रास रूट रियल लाइफ. एनीवे, सो आई होप यू गॉट आइडिया. जीडीपी एंड जीएनपी 2 numbers है. जीडीपी इज अ बेटर इंडिकेटर बिकॉज डिमांड फॉर लैंड, लेबर, कैपिटल, जॉब्स क्रिएशन, मल्टीप्लायर इफेक्ट इन द इकोनॉमी. नाउ अंडरस्टैंड. रेडी सर? टेल मी, there is a country here, those understanding purpose, there is a country here. There is a Reddy, Salman Khan, Katrina. Only 3 people are there. 3 tribes are there. No link each other those. Tell me. There is no link with other countries. So nobody is coming, nobody is going. In this case, GDP is equal to GNP or not? Bolo? It is called closed economy. क्या बोलता है? Closed economy. But it is a ideal or practical? Today, no country in the globe GDP is equal to GNP. Participate those. Participate like mathematics. Yeah. Any Korea not a closed. You know Kim Jong Un एक बंदा है. He trade with China or not? Pakistan or not? Who is the best friend of China? Pakistan and North Korea? Russia to हमारा best friend once upon a time. But anyway, in books we study lot of outdated things. Relatively, compared to South Korea, North Korea is closed economy. ठीक है brother? Compared to pre-1990s, post-1990s, post-1990 India is an open economy. Pre-90s we were a closed economy. In economics always we relatively speak. क्या है? Relatively. ये लड़की बहुत बोलता है दोस्त. Example. ये लड़का कभी बोलता नहीं दोस्त. The pins relatively to him, she is more open दोस्त. बोलो भाई? Yes. Why we should love open people? They less harm दोस्त. मोदी है बहुत अच्छा आदमी. इंसान wise very good person. Governance sometimes good, sometimes bad, that is a debate. But as a person, very imandar, no doubt. He, till now you never heard as a Mukhyamantri, as a Prime Minister, any scam against him those. In his whole life you cannot heard also. Because जो ज़्यादा बोलता है ना, वो ज़्यादा scam नहीं कर पाता दोस्त. कुछ लोग बोलता नहीं दोस्त, बहुत खतरनाक होता है. Dangerous है. Example मनमोहन सिंह गवर्नमेंट दोस्त. Manmohan Singh is a nice person individually, but his cabinet was very, very corrupted those. You know, P. Chidambaram, nice man, corruption में number 1 है those. I think this Sharad Pawar, no need to tell those. ईमानदार का दूसरा नाम है दोस्त. No, मतलब I'm telling politically this. It may be wrong politically, it can be right also, wrong also. Anyway, listen. So what I'm saying here, those there is a closed economy means so GDP is equal to GNP. Clear to everyone? Yeah. Do you listen the class? Why you confuse? We use only factor income. Which income? Factor income, not the remittances income. What is remittances? Tell me. Listen. I am telling you now. Let's say you are from Indian. You are from India. Where you can tell me? Example. America? Tell me. How much you are earning there? Because there is a department, balance of payment, RBI maintain the data. Can you cross India without telling someone? क्यों? किसको बोलेगा? There is a passport है, visa है, database तो है ना? You know that part? We track. There is a balance of payments. क्या है? Balance of payment. How many people are visiting India? How many people are going abroad? How much FDI coming? How much going? All are tracked or not? Tracking होता है. नहीं तो टेररिस्ट आके इंडिया में रहेगा, जब आप जाके उधर टेररिस्ट बनेगा, कुछ भी हो सकता है. बोलो यार. Yes, some tracking will be there or not? Yes. Clear? Now tell me. You went abroad, you opened a company there, earning some money. We got to know there is an Indian. She is earning in America. That is added to GNP or not? Yes. Let's say you earned $1,000. ठीक है? 80,000 example. In that 80,000, your mother is in India. You are giving 10,000 to her as a gift. Already 80,000 added to GDP or not? Sorry, GDP or GNP? GNP. In that 80,000 only, you are gifting your relatives or father, mother 10,000. That's the remittances or not? I think you are not listening in the class. Pakka, I know now. These are how people pretend those. मैं इतना बार समझाया अभी तक दोस्त. समझाया नहीं समझाया? What is remittances? जो आपके इनकम remittances नहीं है दोस्त. Income is added to GNP दोस्त. उसी इनकम में, in that income only, you send some money to your relatives and parents. That is not added to GNP because it can lead to double accounting. Clear? Any questions? Any questions? Tell me. You are from Bihar, came to Delhi, earning 1 lakh per month. Added to GDP or not? Added to GNP or not? In that 1 lakh only, you are giving 10,000 to your father as a gift, as a remittances. When father earning 10,000, added to GNP? Added to GDP? No. Clear, madam ji? Listen class carefully. Any questions? मैंने बोला ना 100 में 10% कभी क्लास ही नहीं सुनता है दोस्त. ट्रस्ट में सुनता ही नहीं है. If they listen, they never get doubts in life. Because mathematics में doubt आ रहा है का मतलब क्या है? Either you didn't understand or you didn't listen दोस्त. That is the only reasons. History थोड़ी पढ़ा रहा मैं. Once upon a time there was a राजा है, 4 बच्चा है, 4 बीबी है, थोड़ी है ये मैथमेटिक्स है. क्लियर? ठीक है दीदी. लेसन क्लास. या लिखो दोस्त, लिखो. अच्छा, वन मोर क्वेश्चन. टेल मी. देयर इज अ क्लोज्ड इकोनॉमी है, GDP is equal to GNP. Number 2, tell me. There is another country, example purpose, another country, think and tell. Another country, okay, Japan. Example Japan. Think and tell. From Japan now, so many Japanese people go outside Japan दोस्त. They visit India and invest. They go to Pakistan, Somalia, China, Mongolia, Russia, America. पूरा दुनिया जाता है दोस्त. They invest there. In this case, for Japan, GDP will be higher or GNP will be higher? Huh? Are you sure? No, that girl will reply. What is the answer? Tell me. Why? Very good girl. Give claps to her friends. No, सुन रहा है दोस्त. एक बार बोलेगा ना, सुनते रहता. अभी ज़्यादा सुनेगा. ठीक है? Good for you. Listen दोस्त. So, why GNP is more? See, give very good logic. Ready, sir? GNP is equal to, sir, GDP plus net to factor income from abroad, sir. When people go abroad, they send more money, factor income. Inflow more, outflow less. How outflow less? Tell me. If a lot of Japanese people are going abroad, do you think outsiders will go to Japan? You all are from Bihar or UP. UP and Bihar people migrate more. Do you migrate back to Bihar and UP? मैं आपका यूपी में गांव से है. आप गांव से दिल्ली आया. Do you go back to from Delhi to village? You don't go because you came from there. Do you think Reddy from Andhra will go to your village in UP? Chances are very less in magnitude wise. There is a Gujarat in India, very nice place. People from Bihar, UP, Rajasthan migrate to Gujarat a lot. If lot of Bihar, UP, Rajasthan people go into Gujarat, do you think Gujarat people migrate to UP and Bihar? जाता है थोड़ा कम जाता है दोस्त मैग्नीट्यूड वाइज गो टू गुजरात अहमदाबाद देखना 90% फ्रेंड्स वर्कर्स इन होटल्स आर फ्रॉम राजस्थान बिहार एंड यूपी दोस्त कोई मालिक गुजराती है लोकल वाला एक्सप्लॉइट किसको करते हैं बिहार एंड यूपी एंड अदर स्टेट्स हर जगह ऐसा है दोस्त गो टू बेंगलुरु ओनर इज फ्रॉम आंध्रा ओनर इज फ्रॉम कर्नाटका ओनर इज फ्रॉम तमिलनाडु वर्कर्स आर फ्रॉम ओडिशा बिहार यूपी नॉर्थ ईस्ट द एक्सप्लॉइट आर नॉट यस a reality है दोस्त I felt Modi address these problems but under him na they are encouraging more those in the name of capitalism जितना वर्कर्स का भी एक्सप्लॉइट होता है ना दोस्त सिंस इंडिपेंडेंस कभी नहीं हुआ दोस्त उतना एक्सप्लॉइटेशन अभी हो रहा है स्पेशली आफ्टर कोविड ना मोर एक्सप्लॉइटेशन इंक्रीज्ड बिकॉज देयर बार्गेनिंग पावर गॉन डाउन something is better than nothing is mindset right now. Go to Bihar, go to UP, go to Andhra, visit 4-5 states, you feel Reddy sir is truly right. Because now we forgot the labor law. क्या है? Labor law. We study later. Labor law were ignored right now. Now company is given freedom, they can hire anytime, fire anytime. ये बढ़ा दिया था after the COVID in the name of labor law reforms, no, they are encouraging those. But if you go to Bengal, Kerala, still labor laws are protected those. That is the people pray to the God. If you want to do some government job, Kerala and Bengal is the best. Half of the days, all days are there, छुट्टी है those. काम करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ता. This dharna, that dharna, every day one dharna is there. But economically not good. But as a human rights, it is good. Anyway, it's how to think which context you are thinking those. Now tell me, Reddy sir. Japan है so many people are going outside. Why? Japan is a old age society. Which society? Old age society. Buddhas. When Buddhas are here, demand or no demand? The beauty with Buddhas, they have a lot of money but no demand. See our grandfather, still he is so unfortunate, still he kept all the property, everything on his name, not given to our father and mother दोस्त. वो नहीं देगा जब तक मरेगा नहीं तब तक नहीं देता दोस्त. ओपनली बोलता है मैं नहीं दूंगा जब तक मैं जिंदा हूं दोस्त. My grandfather was 97. Grandmother is 94. I asked one day with curiosity, why you are keeping all the property and your name transfer to my father? आपका पापा कभी नहीं पूछा आप क्यों पूछ रहे हैं? यही मजाक लेता है दोस्त लोग. यही this they will take advantage. बहुत गलत अप्रोच है दोस्त. जब बुढ़ा है now I was doing my engineering, I was doing my masters, I am doing MBBS. I need some money. And if my father doesn't have financial powers, how he will take the decisions, man? In that, whoever have financial powers, they will misuse or not? Yes, in giant families, there are 5 people. Elder one has the powers. He will control or not? Yes. Sometimes misuse, sometimes use. Anyway, listen what I am saying. In Japan, old age people are there, demand is less. That is the reason Japanese people go for opportunities in abroad. They invest a lot in India, China, etc. That is the reason Japan has GNP is higher than GDP. Those. In other words, net factor income from abroad is positive for the Japan. Positive for the Japan. Achha. Think about India and tell me. There is a great country called India. India, those. Lot of youth are there. See the youth in India. Lot of demand. But the problem is we are unemployed. We have desires, not the demand. Tell me, if all get money, we purchase immediately BMW car. Desire to hai. See our mobile. Phone pay hai, Google pay, everything is there. The account which linked doesn't have money, those. I might have already told. Yes. This is our youth ka condition. Now observe. If so many foreigners coming, KFC came, Samsung came, Kia came, okay, and Hyundai came, Toyota came, and Google came, Microsoft came. Oh, so many foreigners. In India, every house there is a brand called LG. Life is good. Every Indian house has one Korean brand. That is called Korea. This girl using Samsung mobile. Father using Kia. Oh, she is not using Samsung Kia. She is using LG refrigerator. She is not using LG refrigerator. She is using LPG, LG ka cooking oven kuch she is using. Matlab, there is a one product of American and India others. Tell me. If so many foreigners are coming to India, so many foreign companies are coming to India, that means this all contribute to GDP of our country or not? Yes. I love them because demand for land, cement, steel, jobs creation. Now tell me, okay, fine. In this case, if so many foreigners are coming to India, do you think Indian businessman going abroad much? Within India, a lot of opportunities are. You want to start business, go to Kashmir, go to Northeast, start business, you'll become rich or not? Yes, lot of opportunities. In India, toilet खोल के करोड़पति बनता है दोस्त. Open in highways toilets, maintain 10 rupees, maintain clean, you'll become rich in 1 year thus. That much opportunities. Still there is a lot of backwardness. Go to hotel wala, highways hotel wala, there is a daba wala. He has a Audi car and BMW car. That is a potential in our country. Tell me, if there is a lot of potential within our country, why our businessmen will go abroad? That is the reason less Indians go abroad. Tell me, when less Indians go abroad, more inflow of money or less inflow of money? Less inflow. Less inflow. Tell me, when so many foreigners came to India, more inflow of money or more outflow of money? Outflow of money means so plus or minus? Minus. So minus $100 plus $90, $10. Overall minus or plus? Minus. Tell me. You know GDP formula, GNP formula? GDP plus net factor income from abroad. Tell me. If it is negative, हमारा GDP ज़्यादा होगा, GNP ज़्यादा होगा. So in the case of India, GDP is higher than the GNP. All got the clarity? Bolo, tell me. UPSC can ask you. In the case of India, GDP is more than the GNP. What indicates? More Indians going abroad and investing. So much foreign investment is coming to India. Bolo. That shows more demand for land labor within India. That shows more demand for land labor by Indians outside. I think you have to interpret. See, definition पढ़ना हमारा गोल नहीं दोस्त. बच्चे इकोनॉमिक्स सोचता है ना पढ़ के छोड़ना नहीं दिमाग लगाना एनालिसिस करना इन्वॉल्व करना then you enjoy or not? Yes. This is what exactly GDP, GNP. All got the clarity? Any questions? I think I'll ask you 3 questions. I don't know I asked it or not. I forgot your batch. I asked this chart. अच्छा सब लोग सही किया ना गलत नहीं किया ना अच्छा tell me those. There is an Indian IFS officer posted in Sri Lanka as a foreign officer. Tell me, posted in Sri Lanka. Is economic activities in Sri Lanka part of Sri Lanka's GDP or India's GDP? That means you know. Likho this. Likho. Left side GDP, right side GNP. I request you all, listen first carefully. If you have any doubts, ask me. Sometimes I may scold you, but don't worry. Ask me as your brother. But I'll explain once again, okay? Left side GDP. GDP means where? GDP means where? GDP means where? In bracket likho, domestic territory. So what is domestic territory? In bracket likho, study from the PDF. Because there is no sense of dictating facts. Har jagah hai dose. GDP means where? In bracket likho, study from the PDF. I'm not dictating what is economic territory. If I can dictate also same. There is no sense of wasting our time. I think understood, no? In classes, focus more on understanding. Take the support of PDF and class notes. Okay, ready? So GDP means where? Number 2. It is a geographical concept. GDP is a geographical concept. One student asking, what is factor income, sir? What to reply? I think Kaur, you won't listen the class at all. Okay? I think these are first class. I discussed what is factor income, transfer income. Discussed, na? I think Kaur, you are asking what is your question? Sir, can you repeat what is intermediary goods? What is factor income, sir? Should I reply? No? Love you. That is called democracy, bhai. Minority को छोड़ दो. जाओ बस लिखो. Majority लिखो. Okay, Radhan. So it is a geographical concept. Great students. Number 3 likho. GDP used. GDP used. Cover read the class notes of basics. If you don't get clarity, you have my number. Text me, no problem. Okay. Online students, whenever you feel ready sir not replying for my doubts, you have my number. Text all the doubts as it is in WhatsApp. By evening I will reply. Okay. But don't ask like this, what is factor income, sir? What is transfer income, sir? What is final goods, sir? ठीक है? Read on those. Read on. क्या लिखा आपने? GDP is used for comparative purpose of economies. GDP used for comparative purpose of economies. GDP used for comparative purpose of economies. In bracket लिखो. Demand for land, labor, capital, land, labor, capital, etc. So GDP is for comparative purpose of economy. Next point. GDP is a flow variable. Flow. We need some time period to measure. That is called flow variable. GDP in a quarter, GDP in a year. GDP is a flow variable. GDP is a flow variable. Next point. GDP is a quantitative concept. ऐसा लिखो. GDP is a growth concept. 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 So friends, remember, GDP is a growth concept. So GDP is a growth. Now, so when I say GDP is a growth concept, so GDP means what? Growth concept. GDP is a growth concept. Okay. Next point. GDP easy to measure. GDP na easy to measure. Simply we have to take monetary value, that's it. GDP easy to measure. Okay. Now in India, GDP measure quarterly basis, I told you already, as well as yearly basis by NSO, National Statistical Office. In India, NSO must be Ministry of Statistics, Programming, Implementation. So NSO, I repeat again and again basic, so to get the clarity by end of our coaching. So NSO must be play important role in calculation of our GDP. Those. Now come to GNP. Likho. GNP is equal to GDP plus, GNP is equal to GDP plus net to factor income from abroad. GNP is equal to GDP plus net to factor income from abroad. Net to factor income from abroad. Now remember, whenever the word factor income, only factor income, not to income, madam G. When I say income, it can be a transfer income as well as factor income. But we can't only factor income. She is asking, does remittance as part of GNP, sir? That shows she didn't care at all our discussion part. Because I discussed more than 3 times till now those. I discussed transfer income, factor income. In that case also, today starting also I discussed those. Am I right? Anyway, right on. Point number 2. GNP means who. Who means kaun banega crorepati. Likho. GNP means who. In bracket, normal residents. So normal residents. We is a resident. Anyone staying minimum 1 year or more in India, his economic interest lies with India. Those that is called Indian residents. Indian residents. So GNP means what? Who. GDP means where. Economic territory. Next point. GNP is equal to, ऐसा लिखा ना? Like one second. GNP is equal to GDP plus net factor income from, next point लिखो. GNP used for national income calculation purpose. 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 So I hope you got the clarity. What is GDP? What is GNP? There are 2 indicators. Don't confuse. And one indicator gives in the territory what is happening. One indicator indicates what is done by Indian residents. So when you want to compare purchasing power parity, etc., we'll discuss GNP. Later we'll discuss But in a territory, what is happening? We use the GDP. What is Andhra's GDP? Maharashtra GDP, UP GDP. Add all the states, you get India's GDP. Across the globe, add all the country GDP, we get the world GDP, world GDP. That is what exactly GDP and GNP. Clear? Any questions? Now, we'll discuss more about GDP. Okay. Now, look at three cases. Look at three common point, three cases. Case 1, GDP is equal to GNP. GDP is equal to GNP. Case 1, GDP is equal to GNP. Case 1, GDP is equal to GNP. In bracket, closed economy, ideal case. GDP is equal to GNP, closed economy, ideal case, ideal case. Ideal case. Number 2, GDP greater than GNP, GDP greater than GDP greater than GNP. Tell me, GDP greater than GNP means what? Closed economy or open economy? In bracket, open economy, comma. Net to factor income from abroad is negative. Net to factor income from abroad is negative. Net to factor income from abroad is negative. Third case, GNP greater than GDP. One student asking very good question. Sir, if government is spending construction of dams, school, etc., added to GDP or not? Yes. But he's asking like this. If government keeps spending money to repair a damaged road due to corruption, will be included in the GDP calculation. Again, I don't know what you want to ask. There is a broken road. Government is filling that road. That is added to GDP or not? Yes, that is added to GDP. Doesn't matter corruption, etc. So when government is spending on dams, schools, hospitals, added to GDP. But when government giving pension to old people, not added to GDP. Tell me, when government giving salary to army people, salary to IAS office, added to GDP or not? Yes, because that is a factor income. Because when I am getting service from you, I am giving salary those. There is exchange of services. Land I took. Reddy sir has a land. I give my building to SBI for lease. SBI paying some interest to me. That is added to GDP or not? Yes, because land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship added to GDP those. Clear? Yeah. Good question. You want to ask one mathematics question. I think you did engineering, see those. Reddy sir, imagine inflow is equal to outflow. In that case also is equal to GDP is equal to GNP. Bolo yaar? So he is asking very smart question. It's not economic question. Jada mathematics दिमाग लगाते यही होता है दोस्त. He is asking, sir, imagine there is a country, inflow $10, outflow $10. That case also GDP is equal to GNP. That is true, but not practically true. Yes, you are right. I agree. Okay? That is, mathematics makes is equal to y होता है. Real life में नहीं होता. We study ना left hand is equal to right hand. Do you think left hand is equal to right hand? मैं right hand से मारूंगा ना मर जाएगा दोस्त. Left hand से कुछ नहीं होता. मेरे को दर्द आएगा दोस्त. But we study left hand LHS is equal to RHS बराबर hands forward. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता real life. Anyway, लिखो दोस्त. Good question. Anyway, say yeah. Good question. If government is taking loan, first of all, that is not GDP or not GNP. Common sense. GDP is what? Economic value addition does. Now your question may be, sir, imagine they are paying interest on that. Do you think government paying interest, does it part of GDP? Does it part of GNP? What is GDP, GNP? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship involved. No common sense. Sir, government got some money. Where they got, we don't care. They are using that money to construct a school. That is added to GDP or not? Simple. Why you are getting doubt? सरकार मेरे से चोरी किया पैसा ली एग्जाम्पल चोरी किया, जब चोरी किया, एडेड और नॉट एडेड, नॉट एडेड. इसी पैसा को डिफेंस बिल्डिंग बना दिया, एडेड टू जीडीपी और नॉट. सिंपल. रेड्डी सर कमाया इलीगली, सब लड़की को लड़कों को बेच दिया मैंने, पैसा कमा लिया, एडेड टू जीडीपी और नॉट एडेड, नॉट एडेड. उसी पैसा से डेली लड्डू खा रहा हूं, एडेड टू जीडीपी और नॉट. या क्लियर, very crystal clear. It is, remember in life, GDP and GNP not a income concept. It is not income, it is economical activities. Clear, brother? Any questions? Which one? Then it is added to GDP because he is providing. एक मेरे रिलेटिव को कैंसर आ गया, रियल स्टोरी, हैदराबाद में है दोस्त, बेटा अमेरिका में है, एक ही बेटा अनफॉर्चुनेटली. ऐसा बेटा नहीं होना चाहिए दोस्त, ये मम्मी का वर्ड्स है, बट आई एम कॉपिंग सेम थिंग. ही इज अर्निंग मंथली 20 lakhs in America, married Indian girl there, settled there. She called kid, भैया बेटा come to India, take care of me, I am suffering. She is 60 plus, he has some lungs cancer, I may not live more than 2 years. You know what he replied? Mummy, monthly I will send money, keep the worker. Now she kept a worker paying monthly 20,000. That is added to GDP or not? Yes, because he is taking service from her. जहाँ land, labor, capital involved है, added. मेरा mother-in-law आए in Delhi. सुनो दोस्त, she came to Delhi. Do you think she charge money from me? बोलो यार, no. So whatever she is doing service to my kids, so added to GDP or not added? She spent 6 months in COVID. I didn't feel good. She left her family and came to Delhi. I told auntie, tell me how much money you want for month to take care of my kids. मैंने शाम को बोला था क्लास के बाद. She started crying. Are you treating me like a worker? No, no, GDP calculation purpose. Even she was shocked. Then I told my wife, we pay monthly 10,000 to her. 6 months she stayed. 6 months we will give when she will go back. Then my wife also started thinking, मेरा पति क्या हो गया इसको? She is treating my mother like a worker. Then explained GDP, GNP, everything free of cost to her. Then she understood. नो रेडी में गिफ्ट दे देंगे. फिर मैंने 2 लाख का गोल्ड बनवा दिया, ले लिया दोस्त. गोल्ड चाहिए, पैसा नहीं चाहिए. स्मार्ट 60,000 नहीं लिया, 2 लाख का ले लिया दोस्त. यही इंडियंस है दोस्त. लिखो लिखो दोस्त. एनीवे, I told the truth, real story है. ठीक है, you can ask my wife also. लिखो, हाँ लिखो दोस्त. Anyway, now GDP, GNP clear है? Any questions? Good question. Imagine he is invested something in America. He invested there. Whatever he is earning, part of GNP or not? Yes, part of GNP. Sir, generally government do less investment outside India, generally. Do you think government spend on pensions on Japanese people? Government will spend welfare of Pakistani people? India में खुद नहीं खर्च नहीं करता सही से, उधर क्या करेगा? Generally government spend mostly domestically. There are some government companies, that is not government, that is government companies do commercial activities on behalf of the government. BSNL is not government, SBI not government. SBI is a company run by government doing some commercial banking activities. I think दोनों difference फर्क है ना? दोनों same नहीं है. लिखो, next लिखो. Yeah. Listed, okay. Okay. See, one company doing something activities in Singapore. So if their economic interest lies with India, that is a part of India's GNP or not? Yes. Listed or non-listed doesn't matter. See, tax is nothing to do with the GDP and GNP those. So when you are tracking the GDP, GNP, we look at the value addition to the economies. That's it. Okay? Any questions? Yeah. Next heading लिखो. Details about GDP. Now we discuss more about GDP. लिखो. Some basics and details about GDP. Ready? Number 1. Gross versus net. Gross versus net. And those gross versus net. Now one student asking, sir, money given to buy votes, sir. क्या बोलूं मैं? First of all, it is legal or illegal? Fair or unfair? Added or not added? Not added. Good question. Innocent question. ठीक है, अच्छा लिखो. Which one? Why you are asking me? What is the question here? If China doing something outside, why should we bother? I am talking Indian government. Arey madam ji, ask yourself. Today Modi government constructing, let's say, port in other country. So there is economic activity, some income is coming. That is our GNP or GDP? GNP. What is the grade there? Clear? Generally, what is my intention? Generally, government spend domestically more or abroad more? Domestically more, generally. Some exceptions are there. They have a, what he called a major objective to rule the globe. Now, America has a vision. I want to control. Similarly, China has a vision. They want to control. India doesn't have a vision to control our own people properly. Daily one dhanna you see those. Manipur doing dhanna more than 2 years. Modi itna bhashan deta hai na, ask him to solve that problem basic those. That shows he doesn't know how to solve the problems. Samajh gaye na those? Real life I'm telling. Anyway, so I'm saying government generally spend more on domestically, generally those. Koi bhi, even China also, Chinese government spend domestically more or abroad more? Domestically more. But some may amount spend on outside, that is economic activity. If they are earning, that is a part of GNP for that country. Okay, right on. Gross means total. Gross means total. Gross means total. Gross. Net is equal to gross minus, net is equal to gross minus depreciation. Net is equal to gross minus depreciation. Gross minus depreciation. Now you got the doubt, what is depreciation? Depreciation means consumption of the capital goods. Depreciation means consumption of capital goods. Depreciation means consumption of capital goods. Garima, since independence, we calculate data, okay, by the RBI. Depreciation is consumption of capital goods. So what is depreciation? Wear and tear. Wear and tear of capital goods. So you purchase some car. Tell me, you purchase a car for a taxi purpose. Consumer good or capital good? Capital good. It is added to GDP. But after 1 year, tires you have to replace. There is a cost incurred or not? That is called depreciation cost. In simple terms, you purchase 10 lakhs car right now. After 1 year, it will be 10 lakhs or less than 10 lakhs? Let's say 8 lakhs. After 1 year, 5 lakhs. After 1 year, 3 lakhs. After 1 year, 1 lakh. After 1 year, scrap you have to sell. Yes or no? You have a 10 years old car. You purchase it 10 lakhs. So today they may ask you for 20,000, 30,000. Are free of cost. Bolo? Yes. That means every year value is going out down or not? That is called depreciation of the capital goods. So in businesses, in accounting we take the gross value as well as the net value. From the gross, subtract the depreciation cost, we get the net value. Now see, look at this picture. Look at this picture. There is a gross domestic product. See, here it is a data, no need to mug up, observe. Gross domestic product, something number is the gross domestic product. Look at the downward, net domestic product, 1,50,000, 1,30,000, 1,60,000, 1,40,000. So here, 1,72,000, 1,50,000. That means what? From the GDP, subtracting the depreciation value, we get the net domestic product. In economics now, there are four macroeconomic aggregators. Observe. One is GDP. From GDP, subtract the depreciation, we get the NDP. And these are numbers. Now, from the GNP, subtract the depreciation, we get the NNP. So, GDP, NDP, GNP, NNP. If you study traditional economics, they give accounts, they give numbers. They give GDP data, depreciation data, then they ask you calculate to NDP data. Take the GDP number, subtract the depreciation number, we get the NDP. Then you get more practical knowledge. But you are not preparing for economics, you are preparing for UPSC coaching. So from GNP, sometimes what they do, they give the GDP number, they give the factor income, transfer income, depreciation, then they ask you calculate GNP, calculate NNP. So GNP is equal to GDP plus net to factor income, not the transfer income. कुछ बच्चा क्या कर दोनों ऐड करता है दोस्त, उल्टा नंबर आएगा, नेगेटिव नंबर आता है. So GNP is equal to GDP plus net factor income from abroad. Then what is NNP? GNP minus depreciation minus depreciation. That is how we calculate the NDP, GDP, NNP, GNP. Right? NDP is equal to GDP minus depreciation. NDP is equal to GDP minus depreciation. And one more request, whenever I have a class, come at 8 o'clock. After 11 o'clock, just remind me. Sometimes I take more, generally I have a bad habit. So 11 o'clock के बाद, just raise hands, sir, time हो गया. समझ गए ना? So unless some important topic, I may not take more than 2-3 minutes extra. But make sure, ready sir means 3 hours class continuously रहेगा दोस्त. उसमें कोई doubt नहीं होगा. 3 घंटा. If I came at 8-4, 11-4, 8-2, 11-2, 8-11. Like that we maintain 3 hours minimum होना चाहिए. ठीक है? Yeah. Ready? GDP is equal to, sorry, NDP is equal to GDP minus depreciation. Next लिखो. NNP is equal to GNP minus depreciation. Now, I am not dictating the numbers, but in PDF I give the numbers. You can see here. So GDP some number is there, NDP some number. So GNP some GDP number, NDP number, GDP number, NDP number. I hope all got the clarity. What is gross? What is net? Clear? Whenever the word gross is there, total value. Net is subtracting something, that is called to net value. Clear? Any questions? Yeah. No, wherever Indian residents are earning, they will give the data. Let's say Reddy sir in America, running a factory there. I may say I earned $1,000 gross, but I spent $2 on repairing some machines. So there is a NDP. It is accounting part. Yeah. She is asking, not foreign goods. First of all, GNP mod. Ask yourself. If you ask me as a brother, the net income from abroad is a negligible number. No meaning, understand. Tell me, for any country, in mathematics, for big numbers, small numbers can be ignored or not? Bolo? Let's say our GDP is 290 lakh crores. Just example. Our GDP is 290 lakh crores. Our GDP is 390 lakh crores. But I am neglecting 50,000 crores. Is there any impact? No. But Reddy earning 10,000 per year, neglecting 2,000. Impact is there. In mathematics, big numbers के साथ small numbers को ignore कर सकता है बस. There is in some books, GDP, GNP, they interchange and write. Because there is no much difference. Tell me, Indians reside more inside India, outside India? Inside or outside? Inside, no. Very few Indians go abroad. So within India, more Indian businesses or more foreign businesses? More Indian businesses. There are some foreign businesses, but comparatively, Indian businesses more than foreign businesses. In our classroom, mostly Indians are there, Nepalis are there. 1, 2, 3 Nepal students are there. They prepare. But more Indians, no. That is the reason we neglect the 2, 3 students. So similarly here, what I am saying, for big numbers, Small numbers can be neglected, those neglected. I'll discuss data, don't worry. Likho. Next likho. Next likho. Look at this picture. Before going there, look at this picture. If you see the GDP of our country, those, just remember the number, understanding purpose. In 23, 24, look at the number. 1 lakh, see, observe, see, 172 lakh crores. 172 lakh crores. Okay, no? Just observe. GDP number 172. Look at our gross national income or GNP, 1,70,000 crores. What was the GDP number? 1,72,000 crores. Tell me, 70 to 70. Is there any much difference? Bolo? There is no much difference. Economy exam के लिए याद करो. But real life में Reddy's are earning 1,70,000. Reddy's are earning 1,72,000. Is there any much difference? That is in the interchange. Because it's a small number. But in the case of India, GDP is higher or GNP is higher? GDP is higher. GDP is higher. Understanding, na? So in books, it looks big number. But once you look at the real numbers, you get the clarity of the thought process. Reddy sir monthly 1 lakh कमाता है. Reddy sir monthly 1 lakh 2,000 कमाता है. कोई फर्क है क्या? Reddy sir कमा रहे 5,000 per month. Reddy sir कमा रहे 6,000 per month. There is a big difference or not? 5,000 6,000. 1 lakh 2,000. जो बंदा 1 lakh monthly कमाता है, for them 2,000 is nothing. I think all are getting my numbers. So there are now मुकेश अंबानी के पास 11 लाख करोड़ पैसा है. एक दिन पॉकेट में 500 रख के भूल गया. डू यू थिंक विल फाइट विथ वाइफ? कहाँ है 500? बट आवर फादर विल फाइट और नॉट? जरूर फाइट करेगा. मैंने 500 डाला, कहाँ है? चोरी किया ना आपने, बताओ. बिकॉज 500 फॉर फादर इज अ बिग अमाउंट. एक हफ्ता का सब्जी आता है दोस्त. Anyway, this is how we look at the numbers. So I hope you got idea. GNP, GDP, NDP and NNP, those NNP. Clear? Any questions? Next लिखो. Gross and net हो गया. Next लिखो. Factor cost versus market price. Factor cost. One student asking, give example of depreciation. क्या बोलो मैं यार, बच्चा ऑनलाइन बच्चा क्या हो गया? See, they are asking very, very simple questions. Let's say you have a factory. I'll explain. See, Reddy sir have a stitching machine shop. The answer is stitching machine shop. Yearly 1 lakh kamaya. That is the gross income is 1 lakh. Bolo, in between, needle was broken. I have to replace the needle or not? Let's say 1,000 rupees is the cost. So total income is 1 lakh. Net income is 1 lakh minus 1,000 rupees. That is called to net to domestic product. You know depreciation ना? आपके पास गाड़ी है, टैक्सी चला रहा है, 1 लाख कमाया, बीच में पंक्चर हो गया, 2,000 खर्च किया. That is what exact depreciation cost है. Is it clear? Yeah, right on. Factor cost to market price. Listen first. That is called depreciation cost. No, that is gross income added, not the net income. Gross income is 1 lakh, but you subtract when you spending on the machines, etc. That is called net income. So real life, we use the concept of net. For books purpose, we use the concept of gross. Company will maintain the data, no? See, each company will maintain data. So there is a car you are using for taxi purpose. In between 2 tires you replace. You remember the data or not? Bolo? Yeah. You will maintain the data. No, company has to maintain the data. Any questions? He's asking how do you maintain the data? You have to maintain, otherwise income tax notice will come. Companies has to maintain data. It's accounting. Yeah. See, factor cost to market price. Listen please. Sir, what is factor cost? Listen. If you are calculating the GDP by keeping in mind the factors of production only. For example, We are in Delhi. Listen, please. We are in Delhi. In Karol Bagh, manufacturing the marker pen. Marker pen. Okay, listen. So this marker, there is a land, labor, capital, profit. Is 10 rupees. 10 rupees. If we count the GDP here, GDP at to factor cost. GDP at to factor cost. But we are living in, for example, in Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad. Now, if you want to calculate GDP at Hyderabad, so our GDP at market price. So what is market price? At what price the consumer is buying something those? A retailer. So what price we are buying something is the market price. And for producer, what is the cost? Land, labor, capital is the factor cost. Now, so 10 rupees is a pen in Bengaluru or Hyderabad or Delhi. We are example taking Delhi. Same product in Hyderabad is 20 rupees, 20 rupees. 10 became 20. What are the reasons? Observe those. One is taxes. क्या है? Taxes. Tell me if it is a good or a services. So we have a direct tax or indirect tax? Indirect tax, indirect tax. Tell me, this is the case, indirect taxes are there. Next, there is a fertilizer company, 100 rupees is the price in Delhi, 100 rupees. But government of India called me ready, sell to farmers in Punjab for 50 rupees, only 50 rupees. So market price is 50, market price is 50. Factor cost how much? 100. Now UPSC can ask you. Factor cost is always less than market price. Right option or wrong option? It depends on subsidies and taxes. Bolo? Generally we think like this. Market price always greater than the factor cost. That is true or false? False. Because government play important role in economy. When I say government to taxes and subsidies. Taxes and subsidies. Tell me, if you are counting to the factor cost, observe. If you are adding to the factor cost, indirect taxes, subtracting the subsidies, we get the market price or not? Tell me. ऐसे याद करो. Market price means the price you are buying something. What you are buying, you have to pay tax or not? Bolo. When you have to pay tax, plus indirect tax or minus indirect tax? Plus indirect tax. You have to pay, no? Bolo. Subsidies you pay or government pay? So for you plus or minus? So in market price, land cost, labor cost, capital cost, plus profit, plus taxes like GST, minus subsidies. Any questions? Bolo. So tell me, you have a GDP market price. From that to subtract indirect taxes, add the subsidies, we get the factor cost or not? Clear? Any questions? Factor cost का मतलब factors of production को track करना. Market price means जिस price में consumers खरीद रहे हैं. Consumer क्या क्या pay करना पड़ेगा? Factor cost भी pay करना पड़ेगा, plus taxes भी pay करना पड़ेगा. Ultimately consumer has to pay tax. Yes. Ready? Factor cost is equal to cost of factors of productions. Last guy, right? Cost of factors of production. 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 Example: land, labor, capital, profit. Land, labor, capital, profit. Okay. Next लिखो दोस्त. Market price is equal to price expected to be paid by consumer. Price expected to be paid by consumer. Price expected to paid by consumer. Price expected to be paid by consumer, market price. एक फैक्टर कॉस्ट है, एक मार्केट प्राइस है. फैक्टर कॉस्ट मीन्स सिंपली फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट है. मार्केट प्राइस मीन्स price expected to paid by consumer. Now, there are two old formulas. You see any NCERT book, they read these two formulas. Understand first old formulas. What was the old formula? Look at the picture. GDP, listen, market price is equal to GDP factor cost plus indirect taxes minus, any doubts here? Tell me honestly, any doubts? Market price का मतलब factor cost plus indirect taxes minus subsidies. Any questions? Good. Now tell me. If I want to know GDP at factor cost, tell me. So what is the GDP at factor cost? Think and tell. GDP at market price minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. Any questions? You know mathematics, no? Just I took the factor cost here, minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. Now think and tell. At the factor cost, indirect taxes होगा नहीं होगा? नहीं होगा. Subsidies should be added because you are not paying. Government is paying the cost to the producer or not. That is called GDP at factor cost. Right on? GDP market price is equal to GDP at market price is equal to factor cost plus GDP factor cost plus indirect taxes 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 indirect taxes minus subsidies down लिखो. GDP factor cost is equal to GDP market price minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. This formula is currently not used, but you must know in market price plus taxes minus subsidies, factor cost. Now always apply brain. Commons. In exam they can ask you which is the formula true about market price. Market price okay, factor cost होना चाहिए, taxes होना चाहिए, subsidies नहीं होना चाहिए. Then जहाँ taxes high eliminate करो, जहाँ taxes high eliminate, ऐसा you have to think and ask this. Factor cost में subsidies होना चाहिए, taxes नहीं होना चाहिए. Market price में taxes होना चाहिए, subsidies should not be there. Like that you have to apply common sense. Any questions? Factor cost, market price. But remember, note लिखो. In 2015, Government of India changed GDP calculation methodology. In 2015, Government of India changed GDP calculation methodology. In 2015, Government of India changed GDP calculation methodology. Now listen. Based on these changes now, there was UPSC question for 10 marker. What was the question? Pre-2015, post-2015, what are the changes in GDP calculation methodology for a 10 marker? कितने marker? 10 marker, 150 words, 150 words. By today's class, you should answer that question properly. Now listen. Before writing now, first I'll give some write-up, or first we will write some points. So how do we write? See, point 1. See, this I copied from economic survey, those economic survey. Point 1 है, point 2 है, okay ना, point 3 है, point 4, point 5. पढ़ने में 2 मिनट लगेगा आपको दोस्त, but उससे फायदा नहीं है. But you have to understand each and every point in details. First I write 1 point, explanation. Second point, explanation. Third point, explanation. It may come 2-3 pages. आपको लगता है 2 मिनट लगेगा आपको, but we write in 2-3 pages. By end of our class, you must know what was the pre-2015 story, what is the right now current story. I think all got the clarity? Yes. I'll go the try first to crux, those crux. First listen, crux. What is the crux? Listen. Before 2015, listen. Before 2015, we used to calculate GDP at factor cost, GDP at factor cost. Today, we are calculating GDP at market price, market price. Again, I'm repeating. Previously, we were calculating GDP at factor cost. Now, calculating at market price, market price. Number two. Number two, those, listen. We changed the GDP calculation methodology, those. Very dangerous. Some people blame Modi government like this. Reddy, Modi government's not solved the problems. He changed the methods, he changed the names. One big criticism to the Modi government is, he didn't solve the problem, rather he changed the name, changed the methods. There is a road. पहले road का नाम X, now they changed the name to Y. अभी भी road जैसा है दोस्त. So they are not solving the real problems. Now ask yourself, before 2014, look at the quality of education of Indian engineers. 2024, 10 साल बहुत होता है दोस्त. 2024 quality of engineering students of India, same or different those? Same. There is no much changes. When we were doing college days, there is lack of skills, abhi bhi lack of skills. When we were preparing lot of poverty inequalities, now also poverty inequalities. When we were giving papers were leaked, now also papers were leaked. पहले ऑफलाइन में लीक होता, अभी ऑनलाइन में लीक होता है. फर्क वही बस. Then why you claim too much? That is the people criticism. When we were preparing lack of medical seats, now also lack of medical seats. There were so many things we didn't address, rather we changed the names. Now observe. So methodology change kiya. Some people praise, some people criticize, but we praise always in the classes. Observe. So previously na GDP at factor cost. Now we introduce the GVA at basic prices. We'll discuss GVA at basic prices. Now what is the formula then, sir? See, GDP market price is equal to GVA at basic prices plus net to product to taxes. I'll discuss. Now, just now we wrote to indirect taxes plus minus subsidies. This we see in books net to indirect to taxes. क्या बोलता है? Net to indirect to taxes. Whenever the word net is there, plus minus minus. Meaning what? What is net to exports? What is the plus in net exports? Exports. What is the minus in exports? Imports. So we are lazy, we don't keep plus. When there is no plus, means plus is there. Bolo. So net exports का मतलब क्या है? Exports minus imports. Net income. Income minus expenditure. Net taxes. Taxes minus subsidies. I think all got the clarity. Net factor income from abroad. Factor income from abroad minus, see, inflow of money minus outflow of money. Understanding all of you? So remember GV at basic price. We'll discuss plus net to indirect taxes, net indirect taxes. And one more thing observe here, one more thing. Traditionally in India, listen, unorganized sector data neglected. Unorganized sector neglected. See the funny thing. Traditionally unorganized neglected. But informal sector neglected. But what Modi government smartly doing, Reddy, the way organized sector growing, we take the same number as a proxy, to identify the unorganized sector growth rate. Tell me, after the COVID, after the demonetization, taking the growth rate of organized sector, same data for unorganized, fair or unfair? Even 8th class kids say unfair. That is the reason people say, like Arvind Subramanian, if India growing at 7%, growth rate may be 5%, not the 7%. They are overestimating the data for the unorganized sector. But government says, Reddy, I don't have other data. How can I track for unorganized sector data? I don't have data, no. When I don't have data, I should take only proxy as indicator. Government also right here. Even criticism also right there. Now you have to choose what is correct. Understanding what I am saying? Let's say after COVID, small coaching institutes closed or not? Before COVID, Mukherjee Nagar was very popular thus. Now Mukherjee are almost closed. Only 3-4 big organizations running right now after COVID. Now the way we were growing now, we are growing. Do you think small coaching organization growing? So definitely if you are thinking, oh next year is growing at 20%, 30%. If small coaching also growing at 20%, 30%, that is a wrong assumption or not? That is a policy, there is a issue here. Those like Arvind Subramanian says, ready, right now government is taking data for the way organized sector are growing, the similar proxy for the unorganized sector, but after the COVID, after the demonetization, after the GST, this is not true. That is the reason our GDP may be overestimated. Anyway, next listen those. Traditionally, the local people activities like panchayats, municipalities, local bodies, panchayats, municipalities, these economic activities are neglected those. But now, what is panchayats doing? What is municipality doing? This is also data added to the GDP. So can we say like this? The current methodology is more comprehensive compared to the traditional method in India. Understood, no? That is the reason government said, ready, we are more comprehensive right now. Yes, I agree. We don't have data for unorganized. I am taking like a proxy, like equal number, and going for assessment of the GDP of the country. GDP of the country. Right? Point number 1. Look, headline growth rate. Headline means all over India. Right? Point number 1. Headline growth rate. 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 देखो, headline growth rate will be now measured by GDP. So headline growth rate will now be measured by GDP. Headline growth rate will now be measured at GDP at constant market prices. We'll discuss. Headline growth rate will now be measured by GDP at constant market prices. Now you should know one thing here. Headline means all over India. Headline. Growth rate means growth rate. Traditionally we measure at factor cost. Now we are measuring at market price. In bracket look, earlier it was measured at GDP at factor cost. Earlier growth was measured or GDP was measured at factor cost. Earlier it was measured at factor cost. पहले factor cost है, right now market price. What is market price? The price what consumer is paying. We'll discuss. That is the point number 1. Factor cost to market price. Point number 2. Right? Point number 2. Sector wise. Point number 2. Sector wise. Estimates of GVA, sector wise estimates of gross value added. Sector wise estimates of gross value added. Sector wise estimates of gross value added will be now given at basic prices. Instead of factor cost. GVA, sector wise estimate of GVA will now be given at basic prices instead of factor cost. So पहले factor cost होता था, now we are calculating at basic prices. Now here we have to explain each and every point here. Ready? GVA ऐसा लिखो, फर्स्ट फॉर्मूला लिखो. GDP market price is equal to this formula you have to remember. GDP market price is equal to sigma GVA at basic prices, sigma GVA at basic prices. Sigma means summation. Sigma GVA at basic prices plus product taxes minus product subsidies. So GDP at market price is equal to GVA at basic price plus product taxes minus product subsidies. Now stop writing. He got 3 doubts here. This is a formula currently we are using those. Currently we are using this formula only. Now listen first. One by one you have to get clarity. Sir, what is the meaning of product tax? What is the meaning of product tax? Listen. When I say product tax, those product tax, whenever you are buying a product like a laptop, chocolates, cosmetics, laddus, biryanis, एक प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर पर यूनिट जो टैक्स लगता है that is called simply product tax. If you are my brother or sister, मैं simply बोलता हूँ product tax is nothing but simply indirect taxes है. Indirect tax का मतलब क्या है? GST, VAT, customs. So simply what is product tax? GST, value added tax or excise duty, customs duty. Simply they are called product taxes. एक यूनिट ऊपर जो टैक्स लगता है, जो विजिबल है. Now you want to take coaching, there is a GST. You want to take laptop, GST. You want to buy KFC, GST. You want to buy a shirt, GST. That's simply product tax, product tax. What about the product subsidy? When government giving per unit, let's say purchasing LPG gas, there is 1 unit subsidy is there. You are purchasing kilo rice through PDS. Kilo rice is given free of cost subsidy. So per unit, if government giving some subsidy, they are called simply product subsidies. Clear? Any questions? Product tax, product subsidies. So it is visible to us. That is called net product taxes, net product taxes. Any questions? Look, product taxes means product taxes are subsidies. Product taxes are subsidies are paid. Taxes are paid, subsidies are received. Product taxes or subsidies are paid or received on per unit of product. Product taxes or subsidies are paid or received on per unit of product. Per unit of product. Per unit of product. Example. देखो product taxes example को product taxes example GST. Value added tax, GST, value added tax, excise duty, etc. In basics I discussed already. So GST, VAT, etc. product taxes. Example for product subsidies. Example for product subsidies. LPG gas subsidy. LPG gas subsidies, PDS, public distribution subsidies. PDS, public distribution system, like rice, wheat, they provide in a subsidized prices. They are called product subsidies. So see, you see newspapers, government giving subsidy on this product. That is a product subsidy. So per unit, they are giving some taxes. That is called product taxes. Per unit, they are imposing some taxes. That is the product taxes. If government giving some subsidy for product, that is called product subsidies. Any questions? Product taxes, product subsidies. Now, sir, I got the clarity. What is product tax, product subsidies? But please tell us what is this GVA? First observe, sigma means all friends, like agriculture plus industry plus service sector. तीनों का वैल्यू एडिशन है. नाउ लिसन, GV at basic price. See, first observe. Sir, I know what is factor cost. The answer is no. Factor cost means what? Simply land, labor, capital, profit. But what is this basic price? Remember, basic price का मतलब है factor cost plus production taxes, see the keyword, production taxes minus production subsidies. Now you got the doubt? Sir, product tax तो पता है, but what is production tax? I know what is product subsidy, but what is production subsidies? I think all are getting now. There are 4 keywords. Listen. ये प्रोडक्शन लेवल दोस्त उत्पादन जो करता है ना उसके जो टैक्सेस है ये कंज्यूमर के लिए क्या है कंज्यूमर जीएसटी कौन पे करता है कंज्यूमर वैट कौन पे करता है कंज्यूमर एक्साइज ड्यूटी कौन भरेगा कंज्यूमर सी बर्डन इज शिफ्टेड अलग बात है बट अल्टीमेट यू हैव टू पे नो बोलो टेल मी रेड्डी सर टुडे बाइंग दिस बिल्डिंग इन करोल बाग आई एम अ प्रोड्यूसर to provide coaching, I am purchasing this building. Tell me, when I am buying this building na, government told Reddy, please pay me stamp duty. कौन सा tax? Stamp duty. Tell me, when there is a stamp duty, it is paid by consumer or producer? But when Reddy's are providing coaching to you people, when I am keeping the price to the coaching, he will keep in mind how much I paid production taxes also, like stamp duty or not. But it is visible to the consumer or not visible? But GST 1 lakh coaching fee है GST 18% है. But in that 1 lakh fee, land cost is there, labor cost is there, capital cost is there, profit is there, plus stamp duties are there. All agree with me? So tell me, factor cost में simply land, labor, capital, profit है बस. बट प्रोडक्शन टैक्सेस को नेग्लेक्ट किया प्रोडक्शन सब्सिडीज को नेग्लेक्ट किया सो टेल मी फैक्टर कॉस्ट इज अ बेटर आइडिया बेसिक प्राइस इज अ बेटर आइडिया बेसिक प्राइस नो फॉर प्रोड्यूसर फैक्टर कॉस्ट इज अ बेटर आइडिया और बेसिक प्राइस इज अ बेटर आइडिया बेसिक प्राइस अरे भाई मैंने स्टैम्प ड्यूटी पे किया भाई मैंने रजिस्ट्रेशन खर्चा भर दिया जब मैं समोसा भेजूंगा कोचिंग भेजूंगा आई विल कीप इन माइंड दैट प्रोडक्शन टैक्सेस ऑल्सो सिमिलरली बट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया गिविंग वाटर टू मी फॉर कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ बिल्डिंग फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट पानी फ्री दिया आर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट लेट्स आई एम अ फार्मर यू आर कल्टिवेटिंग समथिंग इन बंगाल सो फॉर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट फ्रॉम बंगाल टू दिल्ली गिवन इज फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट दैट इज द काइंड ऑफ प्रोडक्शन सब्सिडीज आर नॉट प्रोडक्शन सब्सिडीज कंज्यूमर में शिफ्ट करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए प्रोडक्शन सब्सिडीज को कंज्यूमर को ऊपर शिफ्ट करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए बिकॉज इट हैज टू बी रिड्यूस्ड नो बट प्रोडक्शन टैक्सेस शुड बी विजिबल इन द प्राइस टू द कंज्यूमर एंड प्रोड्यूसर मस्ट सब्ट्रैक्ट हाउ मच सब्सिडी गिवन बाय द गवर्नमेंट टू द प्रोड्यूसर सो कैन आई से लाइक दिस प्रोडक्शन टैक्सेस को जोड़ लो प्रोडक्शन सब्सिडीज को हटा दो that called net production taxes. क्या बोलता है net production taxes? Tell me. You are a manufacturer. ध्यान से सुनना. You are a manufacturer. Traditionally, land, labor, capital, profit is taken care, and you are keeping the price of the samosa. But you are not internally happy because Reddy, when I purchased this building, I paid a lot of stamp duties. But government says only land, labor, capital, profit recovers. For you, good or bad? Bad. Now government, now you are given option. Tell me land, labor, capital, profit, plus stamp duties, registration expenditure, etc. So basic price is better or factor cost is better? So what Modi government is doing right now, Reddy, traditionally Congress government neglected the value addition, etc. Now we are taking basic price instead of factor cost. So even if you are not calculating, whenever a producer keeping some stamp duties expenditure, he will shift the burden to the consumer or not? Now it is explicitly mentioned those. पहले mention नहीं होता, now it is mentioned. If someone asks you, listen the logic. Very simple logic. देखना. Factor cost क्या है? Very simple. देखना. Factor cost simply land, labor, capital, profit. Fine. So how do we get the basic price? factor cost plus production taxes minus production subsidies. Clear? So what is the market price? What is the market price? Basic price plus product tax minus product subsidy. सबको clear है? Which is the better? Factor cost or basic price? Huh? When Congress was in power, we used to calculate GDP at this level bus. Under the Modi government, GDP calculated to this level. That means GDP बढ़ेगा कम होगा? बढ़ेगा ना? बोलो, Manmohan Singh government says ready. Whatever Modi can speak, he cannot beat with me in GDP or in economy. Is it true data wise? Yes. What we did observe? Whenever we do some changes in GDP na, or any methodology na, we applied the same method for the previous years to track what might have happened by using the new method that is called back series data. क्या बोलता है? Back series data. You know what happened? When this back series data applied, no, Manmohan Singh government produced the double digit growth rate in 2-3 years. कितने डिजिट? डबल डिजिट. मान लो ये मेथड, नया मेथड जो है ना, सेम मेथड प्रीवियस ईयर को हमने लागू किया. मनमोहन सिंह 1, मनमोहन सिंह 2, अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी 1. So what happened under the Manmohan Singh? There was a double digit growth rate. That means what? मनमोहन सिंह did better or not? सरकार ने क्या किया? वो डेटा को हटा दिया दोस्त. The double digit growth rate data was there na? They removed the data from the website itself. Now whenever you see newspapers, listen carefully. There is a new series data. क्या बोलता है? New series data. What is new series? Factor cost or market price? बोलो. Basic prices or factor cost? Basic prices. Clear to everyone? But we love new series. Why? It is a more comprehensive way. And internationally, this is a system followed also. This is a system followed also. Clear? Any questions? Factor cost, only factor cost is taken care. Basic price, factor cost plus production taxes minus production subsidies. What is market price? Basic price plus product taxes minus product subsidy. अच्छा, सर ये तो accounting लग रहा है. Give us one practical example, then I will trust you more, sir. Listen carefully. Very simple, thus. Very simple. When we use the word gross value added, speak all of you. Gross value added. What is gross means? Total. Total value addition in the economy. How do we get? Listen. Value addition is equal to whatever the output does. Whatever the output minus intermediary consumption. Again I'm repeating, value addition is equal to final value of the product minus intermediary consumption. Now tell me, I'll give you 2 examples. Everybody has to answer this question. Listen, there is a farmer cultivating wheat. Kilo is 10 rupees wheat. 10 rupees. Wheat convert into flour. Kilo 30. Flour convert into biscuits. Or sattu ka paratha. Now one paratha is 100 rupees. In this transaction, if someone asks you, what is the GDP? 10 rupees plus 30 rupees plus 100 rupees, that is 140. Right option or wrong option, friends? Bolo? Anybody say right? Achha, you have a clarity, it is not the right one. Then what is right? Observe. 10 rupees plus. So 30 is the floor. Bolo? What was the input? 10. So 10 rupees का wheat आटा को 30 रुपए का फ्लोर में कन्वर्ट किया. That means 30 minus 10. 30 minus 10 how much? 20. Plus, this is called value addition. What is value addition? Output minus intermediary consumption. अच्छा, 30 रुपये का आटा लेके ₹100 का पराठा बना दिया, ₹100 का पराठा बना दिया. So in this ₹30 what you call sattu का जो powder, sorry, जो flour है, this flour was consumed in the production of our paratha or not? So what is value addition? 100 minus 30, that is 70. Now what is the total value addition in the economy? 10 plus 20 plus 70 कितने हैं? 100. So हमारा GDP कैलकुलेशन में 100 रुपीज ऐड करना चाहिए, 140 करना चाहिए. If you do 140, it can lead to the double accounting or not. That is the reason in economics we use a beautiful concept called value addition to remove the double accounting problem. सबको क्लियर है? पक्का? Any questions? अच्छा, आपको डाउट आना चाहिए. Sir, you took this example, very easy to analyze. Is it practically possible to break every product like this? Possible or not possible? That is the reason we take to the company and ask what is your total investment, what are the taxes, what is the net investment, what is depreciation. Then we can add all the data or not? Yes. But real life में ऐसे आता है this. Now when you are keeping the coaching fee, na, what we kept in mind, I am explaining. Land cost, labor cost, teachers cost, maintenance cost. What we brought the punji capital, that interest cost, profit margin, plus observe. Stamp duty registration cost, production taxes, subsidy, government not giving any subsidy, zero subsidy, plus GST, government not giving any consumer subsidy, minus. This is how we got the price of the coaching, price of the coaching. ऐसा बोल सकता हूँ, जो कोचिंग फी में लैंड कॉस्ट होगा, लेबर कॉस्ट होगा, प्रॉफिट होगा, इंटरेस्ट कॉस्ट होगा, स्टैम्प ड्यूटीज वगैरह होगा, बोलो, that is called GDP at market price, GDP at market price. Any questions? All understood, na? Pakka? So why we didn't add 10 plus 30 plus 100? There is a double accounting. Because intermediate goods also added, no? In GDP we should add only final goods or intermediate goods? Final goods and services. Now take example, this example. Imagine, you are selling the tea for 100 rupees, tea for 100 rupees. Now observe. Let's say you bought tea powder worth of 30 rupees. Okay, na? Plus sugar worth of 50 rupees. Plus gas worth of 20 rupees. Plus profit worth of 30 rupees. Observe. 30 plus 50, 80. 80 plus 20, 120. 120 plus 30, how much? 150. But you are selling the tea for the 200 rupees. Observe. So practically if you add like this, 30 plus 50 plus 20 plus 30 plus 200, double accounting or not? So what is the final price of the product? 200. So what is the intermediary consumption those? 30 rupiya ka tea powder, 50 rupees sugar, 20 rupees gas, profit margin 30. So indirectly you exclude this part, we'll discuss. So intermediary goods. So 30 plus 50, 80 plus 20, 100, 200 minus 100. So what is the value addition? 100. Not the 200 plus 100, 300, no those. So simply remember, value addition का मतलब है जो भी आउटपुट है माइनस जितना हमने रॉ मटेरियल्स कंज्यूम किया, द इंटरमीडिएट कंजम्पशन है, उसको सब्ट्रैक्ट करो, then we get the value addition. Like that add agriculture sector value addition, industrial sector value addition, service sector value addition, then add the GST, subtract the subsidies, we get the GDP at market price, GDP at market price. Clear? Read. Please read. Likho. What we wrote till now? We discussed what is product tax, what is product to subsidies. Now likho. GVA at basic price is equal to, please read. GVA at basic price is equal to, GVA at basic price is equal to, write like this, factor cost plus, GVA at basic price is equal to factor cost plus production taxes production taxes minus 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 production subsidies minus production subsidies minus production subsidies minus production subsidies. Now meaning लिखो production taxes means or production subsidies means लिखो production taxes or production subsidies, production taxes or production subsidies लिखो they are paid, production taxes are paid are received with relation to production. So here producer will track this stamp duty etc. So production taxes or production subsidies are paid or received with relation to production. Number 2, they are independent of the volume of actual production. They are independent of volume of actual production. They are independent of volume of actual production. Tell me, either we to teach 1000 students, 10,000 students, building stamp duty same or not? Bolo. Example लिखो production taxes. Example for production taxes. Example for production taxes. Stamp duties. Stamp duty. Stamp duty. Comma. Registration fees. Stamp duties, registration fees, etc. Stamp duties, registration fees, etc. Production taxes. Production subsidies example. Production subsidies. Tell me, in India, government give lot of production subsidies or not? Subsidy given to farmers, subsidies given to businessmen, PLI program. They all are given to production? No. Production subsidies example. Subsidies given to farmers like irrigation purpose. Subsidies given to farmers. Example, irrigation purpose. Comma, small businessman. Subsidies given to small businessman. Small businessman. They are called production subsidies. So we have a production subsidies, production taxes, independent of volume. Tell me, product tax, product subsidy dependent on volume or not? 1000 students are there. 1000 students into 18% GST. 10,000 students are there. 10,000 students into 18% GST. But stamp duty for building same or not? So production taxes, independent of volume, product tax per product. Per one unit, there is a tax, that is called product tax versus product to subsidies. Clear? Any questions? Now, if you see the book na, they give the formula like this. GVA at basic price is equal to formula. GVA at basic price is equal to GVA at basic prices in a complicated manner I am giving. GVA at basic price is equal to CE. I'll explain what is CE. CE plus OS operating surplus in bracket mixed income. I'll explain mixed income. CE compensation of employees plus operating surplus in bracket mixed income plus consumption of fixed capital. Consumption of fixed capital, that's a depreciation cost. Consumption of fixed capital plus production taxes minus production subsidies plus production taxes minus production subsidies. Now tell me honestly, in GVA, in this formula, you know only two indicators. What is the meaning of production tax? We know. What is the meaning of production subsidies? We know. Am I right? Rest we don't know. Yeah. Which one? First of all, what is the meaning of loan waiver? Good. That is a kind of transfer income to the farmer. It is a kind of indirect subsidy. Of course. You are asking me very good question. Ready, sir? Wave of farm loans. Think and tell. Wave of farm loans. Wave of means no need to pay back. Who is doing? Government. Government is giving to farmer by taking land labor or without taking. But the transfer income to the farmer or not? It is a kind of indirect to subsidy. Or if they are giving cash, it is a kind of direct to subsidies. I don't know what he's asking. Anyway, listen, friends. What is your question? First of all, what is indirect tax? Indirect tax means any tax imposed on either good or services is indirect tax. Clear? Now you are linking both. What to reply? Kidney and lungs linking and asking question. Kidney has a different function. Lungs has a different function. If you ask me, sir, tell me kidney, lungs together, what to do, sir? Both are different functions, no? Tell me, who will pay stamp duty? Producer or consumer? Producer. Bolo. But when producer paying stamp duty, whatever he is selling, he will keep that tax cost into the product or not? That is the reason we are discussing the classroom. Any questions? Now listen please. आपको तीन चीज में क्लैरिटी आना चाहिए दोस्त. But again, we are reading first time and it looks like technical. No problem at all. Just accept. Now at least you are understanding. When I was studying, I didn't understand. At least you are lucky there is a teacher to explain each and every word at least. एक बंदा कोशिश करे समझाने के लिए दोस्त. Think about those students don't have money to take coaching. Think about their life. उससे तो better है. Be happy for that. Now tell me. Sir, you used the keywords CE plus OS plus CFC. I know what is production taxes. I know production subsidies. But what is the CE, OS and CFC? Listen carefully. In economics now, we study simply as well as complicated also. Whenever the word CE is there, remember in life, compensation of employees, meaning understand. You all are working with Reddy Sir factory, think and tell. You all are working with Reddy Sir working. You may think for Reddy, only monthly payment salary is the cost. It is true or false? False. Tell me. I am giving monthly some salary to you. Plus, I am contributing some money to PF, Provident Fund. I am providing some insurance money. I am providing some gift to you. It can be happen or not. In my company, there is a big gym is there. Yoga master is there. So these all cost to the company or not? For example, take next IAS. We come morning, we take some time tea, coffee, green tea, lemon tea, bread, butter. Then after the class, lunch. Now I may thinking only they are paying me per hour this much salary. But in reality, for the next IAS, along with the salary, tea cost, PF cost, insurance cost, this is all in kind. Giving chai, bread, lunch, everything matter or not? So that is called compensation of employees. So which is the good word? Salary is the good word or C is the good word? Pakka? So they keep the word compensation of employees. When the word compensation of employees is there, amount paid to employees by employer. The guy who gave job is employer. Workers are called employees. Amount paid to employees by employer for rendering product or any service. Take my driver. I'll pay some salary to him. Let's say 20,000 a month I am giving. Just example. I am giving 20,000. He count only 20,000 bus. If someone asks, Reddy sir कितने तनख्वाह देता है? 20,000 देता है बस. And trust me, in a month I take him 5-6 times to Andhra Bhavan hotel दोस्त. मैं जो 400 का बिरयानी खाता वो भी 400 का बिरयानी खाता है. That is the cost for me or not? I took him some places. Which hotel I stay? I book the room for him also to stay. That means this is all hidden cost or not? But for him count or no count? No count. Sir गाड़ी में सो जाऊंगा आप होटल क्यों बुक किया? Just example I am saying. देखो होने के बाद ना इंसान कुछ भी बोलता है दोस्त, समझ गए ना, रियल लाइफ अलग है। मैंने एक दिन पूछा था कैसे, सर मेरे को जरूरत ही नहीं था, मैं तो गाड़ी में सोया होगा। अच्छा जी, पहले बोलना चाहिए। जो मैं ऑर्डर करता हूँ बिरयानी, सेम बोलता है, आपकी इच्छा बोलता है, इट्स अनफेयर, आई शुड नॉट ऑर्डर सम लो क्वालिटी फूड एटसेट्रा। जो है काम मैं खाता हूँ जहाँ, वो भी उधर ही खाता है। प्रैक्टिकली दिस ऑल काउंट फॉर मी आर नॉट, बट ही थिंक्स ओनली 20,000 तनख्वाह दे रहा है बस, पान मसाला को नहीं दे रहा, गुटखा को नहीं दे रहा। जस्ट एग्जाम्पल आई एम सेइंग, these are all realities. But for worker, along with the salary, for the employer, salaries के साथ PF cost, insurance cost, if any services I am providing, let's say, now you may think only teachers are the cost for the coaching. नहीं भाई साहब, along with the teacher, maintenance of laptop, maintenance of internet, maintenance of staff, maintenance of cameras, maintenance of classrooms, maintenance of security guards, material cost, advertisement cost, everything matters or not? Yes, be logical. You may think coaching में एक टीचर आता है पढ़ा के जाता है, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है। These are all real cost, right? That's called compensation of employees CE cost. CE सबको clear है? Any questions? Good. Very simple, nothing is there. पहले बोलता है land, labor, capital, profit, सबको समझता है। Now we change it to wages to CE. Nobody understand except smart people. Katab. Then how do you differentiate? Why LLB student will proud if I speaks nobody understands, sir? Why chartered account will proud when he speaks nobody understand? Another chartered account won't understand sometimes. When Sitaram announced the tax proposals, she won't understand any of those. That's a different story. Just observe, when our budget presented, no, post budget there is a press conference. She sit here, revenue secretary, expenditure secretary, various secretaries sit there. And trust me, rare cases he will answer any question. Whenever there is a question, this guy will reply. Because I don't know. Of course, I'm a politician. Why should I know everything, man? Modi, I never have seen in my life addressing any economic question answered to till now those. In his life, whole life, from Mukhyamantri and Pradhan Mantri. Because he doesn't know, number one. Number two, not required also. One day there was a question, current account deficit के बोलता मेरे को नहीं पता, अरुण जेटली को पूछो। सही, he's not like राहुल गांधी कुछ भी बोलो दोस्त, उससे बेटर है ना। Am I right? If I don't know, I'm honest. I don't know, man. I'm not expert. Talk to my Arun Jetli. That is the reason I love here Modi. Those smart. You know how to manage things. Listen carefully. So CE का मतलब है simply wages के साथ PF cost, insurance cost, सब कुछ है CE part. Number two, tell me, what is this OAS? We use the word operating surplus only for simply for factor payments. For example, rental cost plus royalty. Now listen carefully. Ready, sir? What is this rent and royalty? Generally we provide a rent for the resources such as buildings, mines, any natural resources के लिए rent होता है. आपके पास जमीन है, I took your place to park my car, that is a rent. But what is royalty? For royalty ना, intangible assets. क्या बोलता है? Intangible assets. Assets are two types, tangible, intangible. I don't have any tangible asset, but my teaching skills, my hardworking nature, that may be my intangible asset or not? Yes. Tell me. So, I wrote a book. Every month I am getting some intellectual property rights, IPRs, we'll discuss in WTO class. I wrote a book. Every month, depending on sales of my book, I get some commission to my account. That is the rental income or royalty income those? Love you. So rent का मतलब जो visible, जो tangible goods के साथ जो आपको मिलता है, that is called rent है. Royalty का मतलब जो intangible है, जैसे आपका research and development है, IPR, that is called royalty income है. Now tell me, if a company is there, along with the rent, if they are using some intellectual property rights, they have to pay some royalty commission or not? Yes, that is also operating surplus में part है. Then interest. Tell me, if any businessman took some loan for business, every month he has to pay some interest. That is also cost to the businessman. That is a capital cost. Plus profit already we know. Labor cost we know already. Land cost we know already. Capital cost we know already. Profit margin or entrepreneur cost we know. That's called CE plus OS. Now you got one doubt. Sir, you mentioned CE plus OS. In bracket we mentioned mixed income. Listen keyword. Nowadays UPS is asking very basic questions. What is mixed income? They can ask you which of the following are part of mixed income. Which of the following are part of CE? They can ask any question nowadays. They are not asking any rocket science. इस वाला question था which of the following sectors? Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Basic. Fixed capital, working capital. Basic question. If you know basics, you can answer every question those. Now listen please. Ready sir, what is the meaning of mixed income? Tell me. Misrit I. Mixed income. When I say mixed income, easy to separate or not easy to separate? Not easy. India में यही होता है दोस्त. For example, imagine you. Okay, she has a shop. ये हमारा बड़े बहन है, अंडरस्टैंडिंग पर्पस बहन है दोस्त. ये दुकान है गुजरात में दोस्त. कैसे दुकान देखो? पीछे परिवार है, मम्मी पापा भाई बहन दीदी बच्चा सब लोग है. आगे एक दुकान है दोस्त. इडली बेचता है, सॉरी गोलगप्पा बेचता है, मोमोस, देन ढोकला बेचता है. ढोकला अच्छा है ना? ठीक है. ढोकला अच्छा नहीं है? पापड़ जो भी हो दोस्त. ओके, टेल मी. सो एक टेल मी, इज इट अ हाउस? इज इट अ शॉप? दोनों कैसे बोला आपने? यही भारत है दोस्त. इज इट ए शॉप? इज इट ए हाउस? इज इट ए रेंटल इनकम? रॉयल्टी इनकम? प्रॉफिट इनकम? इज इट easy to divide? That is called mixed income. This for organized sector, unorganized sector. In India, for unorganized sector, we use the word mixed income. If it is organized, rental visible, royalty visible, data is visible, that is called OS. In bracket we mentioned the word mixed income. Any questions? You wrote a book. You know book? How to propose a girl in 2 minutes. Real life muskil hai, understanding purpose. Then Salman Khan purchased that book. Tell me. So I am a publisher, TMH Public, Tata McGraw-Hill. We have a deal. Depending on copies sold, we will give 10% commission. Book price is 500. So 10% of 500. Depending on the books sold in the economy market, we will get that much commission. Every month you get some income to you or not? That is called royalty income. That book is, it's a kind of intellectual property, right or not? Yes. You have a brand. I'm using that brand value. If I'm using that brand, let's say KFC. I opened a store in Andhra KFC. I use the name KFC, technology, etc. Whatever the profit I'm making, in that I have to pay to the KFC owner some money or not? That is called royalty income. Simply, tangible assets, rental income. Intangible assets, royalty income. Normal condition, no? There is no impact of anything, no? Understood? Rent and royalty. Any questions? कुछ लोग ना सैटरडे संडे की इम्पैक्ट होता है दोस्त. आपको तो मंडे है. एनीवे आजकल डेली हो सकता है. कोकोनट वाटर लिखो. लिखो दोस्त. रेडन CE means लिखो. CE means रेडन CE means amount paid to employees. CE amount paid to employees by employer for rendering product to for rendering any service लिखो. For rendering any service. In bracket लिखो salary plus PF cost plus insurance, that's called social security. Salary plus PF, provident fund plus insurance plus etc. That's called CE. Look at number 2, operating surplus, OS. Done. OS used for factor payments, used for factor payments. It is used for factor payments. Example, rental cost, rent, rent in bracket लिखो, visible, 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 okay, visible, comma royalty, royalty, royalty. That's for in bracket लिखो intangible assets, intangible like intellectual property rights. Rent is for visible like buildings, mineral resources. Royalty, intangible assets, intangible like patents, copyrights, royalty. Then interest, capital cost plus profit margin. So OS is used for factor payments. Oh, note लिखो. For informal sector, mixed income is used. Mixed income means, it's very tough to separate, divide. For informal, for unorganized sector, we use the word mixed income. Mixed income means very tough to, if I ask your mother, let's say your mother running a kirana store, आंटी कितने पैसा बचा है, बोलता बेटा मेंटेन नहीं करता हूँ, रेंट भी बच सकता है, मेरा मेहनत भी बच सकता है, कभी कभी मेरा बेटा आके मदद करता है. इट्स वेरी टफ टू डिवाइड, दैट इज कॉल्ड मिक्स्ड income, mixed income. Clear? Any questions? CE, OES. Third one, read on consumption of fixed capital. Simply depreciation cost. Consumption of fixed capital is a depreciation cost. Consumption of fixed capital. When you're replacing some good or material, consumption of fixed capital is simply depreciation cost. मान लो आपके पास एक मशीन है, मशीन खराब हो गया, you replace 2 tires, that is a consumption of fixed capital. Now read the formula, क्या लिखा हमने, लिखो GV at basic price क्या लिखा देखना, just look at the starting, GV at basic price क्या लिखा हमने, CE plus OS plus consumption of fixed capital plus production taxes minus production subsidies. Now what if you write this formula, look at the formula, GDP at market price क्या लिखा, GDP at market price में क्या starting में क्या लिखा, sigma GVA at basic prices plus product taxes minus product subsidies. This formula is clear to everyone? Note लिखो, gross value added is equal to, see the screen and copy, gross value added is equal to, I think you all brought the newspaper. I told you I will discuss how to study newspaper. Should I discuss or not? I'll discuss. Likho. Gross value added is equal to, see the screen, gross value added is equal to gross value of output minus gross value added, GVA is equal to gross value of output minus, see the screen, copy, value of intermediary consumption, that is the raw materials. Yeah, tell me. I'm asking 5 questions. Reply fast. Tell me. Basic price is simply factor cost plus net to production taxes. Right or wrong? Again, I'm repeating. Basic price. लिखो. Just revise fast. लिखो. ऐसा लिखो fast. Factor cost लिखना. Factor cost. Factor cost. Right on. Land, labor, capital, profit. Then basic price, factor cost plus net production taxes. Market price is equal to basic price plus net product taxes. Keep in box. Keep in box. Whenever you get a doubt, take the photo and keep in DP दोस्त. ठीक है? ये DP में रखना 2 दिन, फिर हो जाएगी easy. Okay ना? So point 1 क्या है? We are using factor cost to market price growth rate. Whenever you see newspaper, GDP of India growing at 6%, they are talking about the market prices. Number 2, instead of estimating factor cost, sector wise we are estimating the what we call the basic prices, basic price. Now I'm giving some comparison. Sir, GVA and GDP में फर्क क्या है? लिखो heading लिखो there. GVA versus GDP. Pardon? GVA versus GDP. GVA versus GDP. GVA versus GDP. Tell me. When I say GVA versus GDP, can we say like this? If we neglect the product taxes, neglect the product subsidies, GVA is equal to GDP or not? I told you in economics and mathematics, bigger number ko smaller number time sometimes neglected and tracked what is happening. Tell me. हमारा GDP 290 लाख करोड़ है, 290 है. नेट प्रोडक्ट टैक्सेस 5 लाख करोड़ है. सो 290 में 5 लाख को नेग्लेक्ट कर सकता है ना? सो टेल मी. सो इन इकोनॉमी what is happening in the value addition, demand for land, labor, capital? So GVA is a better indicator or GDP is a better indicator? बोलो. सप्लायर के लिए, प्रोड्यूसर्स के लिए GVA is good or GDP is good? GVA. लिखो नंबर 1 GVA. GVA लिखो. GVA. It is a measure of contribution to growth. It is a measure of the contribution to growth made by an individual producer, comma industry, comma sector. So industry wise, if you want to track, we will look at a GVA number. So agriculture GVA, industrial GVA, service sector GVA. So GVA gives, it is a measure of the contribution to growth made by an individual producer or industry or sector. Point number 1. Point number 2. It gives a picture of state of economic activity. It gives a picture of state of economic activity from the producer's side. Producer के लिए land cost, labor cost, capital cost, profit cost, plus stamp duties. So it gives a picture of state of economic activity from the producer's side, or supply side. Point number 2. Point number 3. Sector-wise breakdown provided by the GVA is useful. Sector-wise breakdown provided by the GVA useful for policy makers. Sector-wise breakdown of GVA is useful for policy makers for taking sector-specific policies. So sector-wise आपको कानून बनाना, policy बनाना, आपके लिए GVA is a better indicator. Thus, so GVA sector-wise breakdown data provided by GVA useful for policy makers to take sector-specific policies. Okay, na? So simply remember supply side picture is GVA. Now come to right side GDP. Look at GDP. GDP is equal to GVA plus net product taxes. Simply GDP is equal to GVA plus net product taxes. Tell me, if I will give the GDP number, can you tell what is happening in agriculture, industry, service sector? Bolo. If I give the GVA of agriculture, GVA of industry, GVA of service sector, we can track what is happening in each sector or not. Policy makers के लिए GVA is the better indicator or GDP is the better indicator? Because GDP is simple one macro data. अरे भाई इंडिया से GDP कितने 3 ट्रिलियन है, अमेरिका GDP कितने 20 ट्रिलियन है. द नंबर गिविंग 20 ट्रिलियन. एग्रीकल्चर से कितने आ रहा है, इंडस्ट्री से कितने आ रहा है, सर्विस से कितने आ रहा है. एग्रीकल्चर के अंदर हाउ मच कॉन्ट्रीब्यूटिंग फ्रॉम क्रॉप्स, हाउ मच कॉन्ट्रीब्यूटिंग फ्रॉम एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, कैन वी ट्रैक थ्रू GDP, कैन वी ट्रैक थ्रू GVA. So we should love GVA or GDP? GVA. Read. Next point, GDP is equal to GVA plus net to product taxes. Number 2, GDP gives demand side picture of the economy. 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 Number 2, this is used for comparison purpose. GDP used for comparison purposes. GDP used for comparison purposes. GDP used for comparison purposes. Tell me, if you want to compare with American economy, we should use a GVA or a GDP? GDP. We cannot take a GVA of India with GE of other country. I hope all got the clarity. So GVA, one indicator. Now look at this picture. We'll discuss in tomorrow's class, but understand. I'm deviating those. Tomorrow you get more clarity, but again, it's my style, linking and connecting and discussing on a daily basis. Now look at this pleased picture. So what this picture gives us, very nice information, if you understand. I'll take original picture. Yeah, imagine. You are my secretary, I'm agriculture minister. For example, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, understanding purpose, he is my secretary. I asked him, Bhai Sahab, I want to address the problems of farmers. In 5 years, every farmer should vote to my party. I should become prime minister. Meanwhile, Modi will retire also. I have a dream, example. Because he is also suitable candidate, those. He worked as a 15 years Mukhyamantri from states like Madhya Pradesh, not a joke. I mean, Amit Shah doesn't have any experience. As Home Minister, he has experience. But as a national campaigning, he has good experience. Changing the parties, that's a different experience. Regional party ko todna, modna. Horse trading master hai. Listen. Anyway, percentage share of GVA, crop and allied sectors in total agricultural GVA. So if you ask me as a brother, if you are my secretary, if I ask you, Bhai Sahab, tell me what to do for agriculture sector, then you should tell, sir, I should go through the first GVA data. Out of 18 rupees of agriculture GVA, around 11 rupees, 10 rupees coming from the crops. Now it is a miserable condition under the Modi government, sir. Previously it comes around 12 rupees, 13 rupees. Now it came to 10 rupees, 9 rupees. Now whoever cultivating crops, they are not getting the remuneration. That is the reason farmers not earning much. There are 2-3 reasons. One is suddenly we export to ban lagate, exports ban. When you ban exports, domestically production is surplus, consumption is not there, so prices will crash. It is a strategy by Modi government to kill inflation, but in the name of killing inflation, they are killing income to the farmers. It is a fact. Last year, 60,000 crores lost to the farmer income because of these bad policies. There is a great economist called Ashok Gulati. कौन है? Ashok Gulati. Frequently write in the newspaper articles. If you are not changing your approach, farmers will do suicides in the coming decades, friends. Now go to Haryana, Punjab, Andhra. Rural area condition was horrible. Again, winning elections, okay, those. Winning elections is not our mantra. Out of 100 people, 30 people voted you, still you won the elections. So elections is different. Let's say 100 in the classroom, 50 not voted. Out of remaining 50, 26 voted to me. Sorry, 10 voted to me. 11 voted to this girl. Other guy got 9-8 seats. 9-8. So the guy who got 11 seats is the winner or not? Yes. Don't see your electoral performance as a success to your career. ये हमारा नेता का गलती है दोस्त. Blunder है. गलती भी नहीं, blunder. They think we are winning means we are doing great. Look at vote share. 100 में 60% वोट किया एग्जाम्पल, 40 वोट ही नहीं किया. रिमेनिंग 60 में आपको 30 भी नहीं आ रहा. उसमें 4-5 कैंडिडेट है, उसमें 11-12 आना बड़ी बात थोड़ी है. Real challenges we are neglecting. Now look at the crops, it is going down. In Jharkhand, there was a report from the Committee on Agriculture. In Jharkhand, farmer income is going down. We have a dream to by 2022, we should double the farmer's income. But the data says farmer income is going down. When government was asked data, by sir, what is the data of farmers? You told by 2022 you have vision to double the farmer's income. Government says, sorry bhai, we are ruled by NDA, means no data available, no data available. Now look at this picture. Then what about livestock? It is doing good nowadays. Even software engineers going back to villages and carrying the livestock nowadays. So look at the livestock, those 4 became 5. Thoda अच्छा हो रहा है. When you say livestock, animal husbandry, buffaloes, cows, donkeys. एक मेरा दोस्त है, software है. COVID में lost job. He purchased 20 buffaloes. Now he is the hero of himself and enjoying his life. Nothing wrong with this. See, no work is bad or good. So livestock. Then what about the forestry? Look at the forestry. Fishing. Fishing में अच्छा कर रहे हैं दोस्त. Recent days fishing भी अच्छा कर रहा है. So simply remember here, we should look at the GVA data to get real data about economy. Those. Ready sir? Agriculture समझ गया. What about industry? Look at industry, those industry. If you look at industry now, again I'm talking about the GVA gross value. I always look at the GVA data. Now, Modi government speak too much about manufacturing. Too much. See, in 2011, this is the contribution to manufacturing in the industry GVA, But today, this is the industry to GVA data from the manufacturing. Tell me, size बढ़ गया, कम हो गया दोस्त? The data says कम हो गया. So industry to industrial जो GV है, from the from manufacturing, it is going down. Reasons may be anything. Then look at for example, construction. This is the cake size construction. Now this is the construction. Then look at mining. Remember, mining is a part of secondary sector, not in the primary sector. We'll discuss tomorrow. Remember, mining. So mining mostly stagnant those stagnant. Then look at electricity generation, those electricity, water supply. This is a little bit improved. So I'll show tomorrow. I'll give the absolute numbers also. So again I'm repeating, industry कैसे कर रहा है? ठीक है, but इतने industry manufacturing में क्या हो रहा है? Construction what is happening? Mining what is happening? We can track through the GVA data, gross value added data those. If you see out of 30 rupees industry GVA, 30 rupees, 17 rupees coming from manufacturing, construction 8 rupees, electricity 2.3 and mining 2.3. This is what exactly the share of GVA. Means GVA is a beautiful picture. It gives sector-wise analysis so that we can take better policies by seeing the GVA data. So gross value added. Gross value added को net product taxes add करो, GST data add करो, subsidies हटा दो, फिर मिलेगा GDP एट मार्केट प्राइस, दैट इज अ GVA वर्सेस GDP, GVA versus GDP. I hope all got the clarity. Yes. So I think how many of you brought the newspaper today? Acha, very less. Tomorrow bring the newspaper. Pakka. Tomorrow starting of the class only 8 o'clock we'll discuss the newspaper strategy. Is it okay? But कल सब लोग उठाना चाहिए हाथ, इधर ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन कॉपी आपके पास होना चाहिए, ठीक है? या टाइम हो गया अभी है? अच्छा 1 मिनट है. अच्छा anyway listen those. So GVA, GDP, okay. Tomorrow I'll discuss third point. Just लिखो third point, लिखो next point, लिखो third point. Third point or fourth point? No. GVA GDP done. GVA GDP done. Come to the starting लिखा note में. In 2015 Government of India changed GDP calculation methodology. Point 1 हो गया. अभी point 2 खत्म हो गया बस. लिखो point 3 लिखो. या point 3. Pardon? Point 3 लिखो. Point 3. Base year. We'll discuss tomorrow what is base year. Base year changed from 2004-5 to base year changed from 2004-5 to 2011-12. Base year changed from 2004-5 to 2011-12. Base year changed from 2004-5 to 2011-12. What is base year? I'll explain. Next point. A new data series, a new data series used for the organized private sector. A new data series. Next point. A new data series used for organized private sector. MCA 21. There is a Ministry of Corporate Affairs 21 database. So now we are taking MCA 21 database. So a new data series used for the organized private sector, MCA 21 database. I'll explain, don't worry. Next point. The new database is much more comprehensive. Next point. The new database is much more comprehensive, covering financial institutions, and regulatory bodies. So we have various regulators, regulatory bodies like SEBI, data from SEBI we take, PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority, SEBI, PFRDA, IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority, IRDA. So we take a new database which is more comprehensive, covering finance institutions, regulatory bodies like SEBI data, PFRDA data, IRDA data. Last point. Local organizations like panchayats, municipalities, economic activities tracked now. Local bodies such as panchayats and municipalities, and local bodies like panchayats and municipalities and institutions activities also added in the new data series. So what panchayat is doing, what municipality is doing, also added to the new data series. So tomorrow you get more clarity. For timing, remember first 2 points. पहले GDP calculate factor cost है, now calculated to market price है. Number 1. पहले GVA to factor cost है, now GVA to basic price है. Factor cost plus production taxes minus production subsidy. By tomorrow end, you get all the clarity. What exactly other points? All got idea, na? Go home, study the class notes. Tomorrow starting with the revision, you will get the clarity. Okay? See you. And I request you all, tomorrow bring Hindu and Indian Express, whatever you like. Tomorrow starting only we will discuss how to study newspaper also, how to make notes part. Okay? Yeah. If you have any doubts, I request you, if you have any doubts, please come here, I'll sit here. You can ask me the doubts.